to do that. Hate to do it. Hate to do that to you guys. YouTube setting was wrong. Fixed. Here we go. Testing 1, 2, people. Testing 1, 2. Try it again. Testing 1, 2, guys. Thank you, people. All right, we're good. Facebook people, thank you for bearing with me with the extended music. Had to get something straight on the YouTube side. But the phone lines are up, so we're ready. What's up, phone line people? I see you. What's up? Good. We'll have some fun. Ba-doom, ba-doom, boom, ba-doom, boom, boom, boom. All right, let's launch this thing, man. Let's launch this thing. Boom, ba-dum, ba-dum, boom, boom. Ba-dum, 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 dum, dum. Bam, 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 bam. What up, people? How you doing? My name is Tim Black. Welcome to the Tim Black Show. Yeah. Hey, what's up? What's up, Friday, people? Wolfpack in the house. Tim Black's Wolfpack in the house. Everybody chilling. Everybody doing well. I hope everybody's cool. Good to have you. Pleasure to have you. Welcome to the show. Welcome to what we do here. If you're new to the show, guys, this is Freedom Friday. If you do not know, it is the show where you call in. The calls are not screened. People call in. They go crazy. They speak truth to power. Some people act silly. I don't know. But whatever it is, this is your day. This is the day for the people. The Tim Black Wolfpack, the people that make this show possible, are people who provide membership. They're members of the show, and they're amazing. They're on Patreon. They're on YouTube. They're on Facebook. And I just want to give a big shout-out to everybody who supports the show with more than just their clicks, but they give us a couple licks to keep the show going. So thank you so much for what you do. Tonight's show is going to be kind of abbreviated as far as my monologue. I'm not going to do too much. I only got really one topic I want to address, and that's an obvious topic about Joe Rogan and Bernie Sanders and the endorsement, if you want to call it that. We'll get into that. We'll get into the weeds and keep it 100 all the way around. But also we have a giveaway. We have a giveaway, which we'll have, before we go to phone calls, we'll do the giveaway, okay? So there's somebody's going to win some stuff tonight, okay? That's right. I told you guys, there's a reason why we ask for names and stuff and phone numbers and stuff. And we're going to call the winner. It's going to be fun, man. I've never done anything like this, and I'm really looking forward to it. Shout out to K Lovejoy for helping put this together. More about that later. What else I want to say? before we get into this? Oh, phone number. Let me put the phone number up, guys. Phone number's up first. Where's my phone number? I don't see my damn phone number up here. The phone number is not appearing. Let me see if it's something crazy going on. Did I move the thing that had the phone number on it? I think I done moved that damn phone number thing off the list. Let's see. The phone number's off the list. Well, that's better for my editing, but it's not good for you guys. The phone number's 319-527-6212. God, that's probably not good enough just to say one time, right? Because new people would like to see the number, Tim Black. They want to know what number to call, Tim Black. You can't just say it once. You'd have to keep saying it, Tim Black. Oh, man. How can I do this really quick? I can do it really quick right here in Photoshop. All right, so, yeah, we're looking good. Let me make sure Facebook people can hear. I know my YouTube people are good to go. They told me they were already letting me know. How about you guys on Facebook? You guys okay? Can people on Facebook hear? Let me know, please, in the comment section on Facebook. Hope this works. I'm just going to quickly create a phone number here, guys. Phone number is 319-527-6212. That's the number you dial if you got something you would like to talk about tonight. If you'd like to go on the record. You would like to go on the record. That's the number you dial up to, guys. And what I'm doing now is I'm creating that to go on the screen. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's get rid of the background. Let's take this and let's turn this down here. And so, look, guys, there's been a lot of talk about the Joe Rogan endorsement. File, save as, phone, call in to, boop, and PNG, and okay, and get out of here. And no, we don't want to save that. And bam, that's quick. See how quick we do that? But we have to do it because people call in, man, and they're gonna want to see the phone number that they're gonna call into. So bear with me 1 second. Looks like we are almost done. Bam, 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 bam. There it is, guys. That quick. There we go. 319-527-6212 is the phone number you dial into. Thank you for your patience. Everything here is done on the fly. That's why it's not always right. Okay, so, did I check with Facebook? Let me check with Facebook real quick. Facebook people, Jill. What's up, Jill? What's up, Aaron and Carol and Rose and Eddie? What's up, Eddie? George, Sheila, Alana and Aaron and Marcy and Evan and Paul and Jim. What up, people? Scott, what's going on, Scott? David Campbell. David, what's up, man? Kathleen and Ermin. What's up with Bibby? Where's Bibby? Where's Sheila? Where's Julie? Where's Davis? Where's Rebecca? What's up, Rebecca? I got your message. Hope you got mine. You got that. You got the moderator credentials now, Rebecca. Shout out to you and thank you for that purchase of the Johnson shirt. I see you. Uli, what's up? Hey, Glenda. Hey, Carol. And you guys who missed the beginning, it's okay. We'll play music at the end. So, guys, you ready? Hey, you, Tim. Hey, what's up, Chad? What's up, Carol? What's up, Patricia? What's up, Steve? Steven and Paul. All right, guys, so let's go. Guys, become members if you can because it's important. It builds the show, and it's cool stuff. And, all right, so how can we start this off? Joe Rogan. Everybody knows Joe Rogan. He's a podcaster. He's also a comedian. That's really what he does, right? Joe Rogan is an announcer for MMA fights, and he's a comedian. He's a working comedian. He just likes MMA. He's trained in it, right? But really, what is Joe Rogan? Comedian, right? I moonlight as a comedian from time to time. Joe Rogan does it for a living. He's got Netflix specials to prove it. He's got tour dates and tour schedules. It's really what he does. Okay, that's his thing, all right? It's like I get up every day and I do this show. He's working on material. He's working out at the Comedy Store. Anybody who listens to his stuff for any amount of time, they'll get that. Okay? Okay. Joe Rogan, I was just recently critical of Joe Rogan. That's what's crazy about this. I was recently critical about Joe Rogan because him and Bill Maher had a conversation. I thought it was pretty whack. I made fun of it. But never did I say cancel Joe Rogan. I don't want to cancel Joe Rogan, and I didn't say cancel Joe Rogan. I don't think I've ever called for anybody to ever be canceled. Maybe except Hillary. I think I said cancel Hillary, Debbie Wasserman Schultz. But I don't even think I used the language then. I don't even think we were using cancel then. So I disagree with them, which was too much for some people. Oh, my God, you disagree with them. Oh, my God, you calling them out. Oh, my God, oh, my God. Yeah, I do that from time to time. I get in my feelings and I just say what I feel. It's probably, some people like it, some people don't like it. It's who I am. It's what I do. It's how this show keeps going. That's why it's been successful, sort of. Semi-successful. Semi. So this is coming from a guy, I just want to give you perspective and context that I'm not a guy who just goes, Joe Rogan, yeah. Jordan Peterson, yeah. Milo, yeah. Whatever, man. Like some guys, like I'm not one of those guys. I don't just go, yeah, Joe. Can I have some bath water, man? Could you save me some of your bath water so I can drink it and gargle it, rub it all over my body? Please, Joe, let me please kiss your ass, please. Mwah. You know, because people like that, you know. There's people like that. They're just kissing. Oh, Joe, can I massage your back? Let me get your pecs. What the heck? Let me massage your pec. Do I sound like Chris Rock? I hope I sound a little bit like Chris Rock. I'm doing my best little Chris Rock. I was wondering, could I massage your pectorals? So, I'm not one of those guys. I disagree with Joe Rogan about something, and I just did it. The paint didn't even dry on the video. So this is coming from a guy who doesn't agree with everything that Joe Rogan does and says, and who cares, right? Right? Because I don't agree with anybody all the time, right? Joe Rogan recently said he would vote for Bernie Sanders, that he said, I'll probably vote for Bernie Sanders. That's what he said. I'll probably vote for Bernie Sanders. It wasn't like, I'm going to have Bernie Sanders, baby. You know, it was just, just said, I'll probably vote for him. And he said some nice things about him. Here goes a very short clip. So here goes a short clip of Joe Rogan saying he'll vote for Bernie and why, briefly, edited, put together by the Bernie Sanders campaign, who posted the video on Twitter and on their YouTube channel. Here it is.
Who are you going to vote for in the primary?
I think I'll probably vote for Bernie. Him as a human being, when I was hanging out with him, and
Yeah.
I believe in him. I like him a lot. What Bernie stands for is a guy who, well, look, you could dig up dirt on every single human being that's ever existed if you catch them in their worst moment and you magnify those moments and you cut out everything else and you only display those worst moments. That said, you can't find very many with Bernie. He's been insanely consistent his entire life. He's basically been saying the same thing, been for the same thing his whole life. And that, in and of itself, is a very powerful structure to operate from.
All right. Seems like a pretty fair analysis, even though it was brief, and I think more was said, in that in that conversation with Joe Rogan and Barry Weiss. But, for the purposes of what we're doing, that's enough, right? He said, I'll probably vote for Bernie Sanders, and he went on to say some things about Bernie Sanders and his consistency and the things that, he kind of likes about it. He likes the guy. He met the guy. He liked the guy. He thought the guy was reasonable, not kooky crazy like they've been painting him to be. Okay, so that, pretty decent endorsement type thing, or I'm going to vote for the guy. That was enough to make Democrats run around with their head on fire, clutching their pearls, and beating themselves about the face and neck with a belt laced with bullets and broken glass. That was enough for them to chastise themselves and 12 years a slave themselves, or Passion of the Christ. That's the Passion of the Christ. That was enough for them to torture themselves and torture Bernie for all about this, because evil Bernie Sanders accepted this from Joe Rogan, and not only accepted it, he made a video out of it, put it up on his website and all this stuff. They got a problem. They say, they don't like the fact that Joe Rogan did it. I mean, did Joe Rogan endorse Bernie? Or that Bernie accepted it? Bernie should have, rejected it, repudiated it, and disavowed it, and disemboweled it, and went to the bathroom, released his bowels, and drank some prune juice to help it out, and should have done all these things he should have done, right? He should have done all these things. Because the Democratic Party, they're pissed off because they don't like Joe Rogan. They think Joe Rogan is horrible. They think Joe Rogan's a bad guy. They think Joe Rogan is not a Democrat. And Joe Rogan, they think he's a bad person, right? So here's the deal, man. The Democratic Party can go straight to hell if this is the way they're going to play the game. I said the Democratic Party can go straight to hell if this is the way they want to play the game. Okay? Because it's so disingenuous and it's so obvious that they are so hypocritical and that they are so two-faced and that they hate Bernie Sanders so much that no matter what it is, they're gonna get pissed. No matter what it is, they're gonna cock a fit. They're gonna hold a fit. They're gonna hold a temper tantrum. They need to just walk off of a cliff. Joe Rogan is a comedian. He's allowed to do whatever he does. He's allowed to tell jokes on his own podcast and do whatever he wants to do. That's up to him. We could critique him. We could say something. We can not listen to him or whatever. But what you cannot do is to pretend that he is some type of person from another planet whose ideas and views are not valid to him and his listeners. You wish you had the following that Joe Rogan has. All of you, from Nancy Pelosi to all of these people, Rachel Maddow, all of you wish you had the following that Joe Rogan has. You wish that your party was as popular as 3 Joe Rogans. It's not. It's not popular. It's not. The leading political figure in the United States is an independent. He's not even a Democrat. His name is Bernie Sanders. That's how great your party is. And the president right now is not a Democrat. He's a Republican. His name is Donald Trump. You getting a picture of that? Guess who's not that freaking popular? Guess who needs to shut all the way the hell up? The Democratic Party. That's who needs to shut up, Johnson. This is the same party that had no problem with Ellen taking pictures with George W. Bush, the warmonger himself, who took us to an illegal war, a war of lies for oil money, and killed 1 million Iraqis. You're the ones that told me, hey, we need to shut up. It's all about unity. We need not have division. We need to all get along. We need to, what did Obama say? We need to stop this cancel culture. We need to stop this purity test. Oh, okay. But it's only when it's people that you like. It's only when you decide, you get to decide who's pure, who passes the purity test. So you have no problem. It's not that you have a problem with purity tests. It's just that you want to decide the qualifications of poor or pure or test. That's a problem for us because we don't have to conform to your ideals. We don't have to vouch for it. And see, I'm someone sitting here who just complained, I don't want to say complain. That makes me sound like a punk ass. I didn't complain. I made fun of it. I called it out, but I didn't complain, and I didn't get offended. I called it out. Something I disagree with Joe Rogan on. But that does not mean that I think the Democrats are right at all. You're wrong. Totally wrong. Utterly hypocritical. So support George W. Bush, who's a Republican, who you're supposed to, that you're ideologically opposed to, that took us to illegal wars. He's cool. Joe Rogan, guy with a podcast, minding his own business. He's evil. Hadn't killed anyone. hasn't taken anyone to any wars, hasn't lied to the world and conjured up mass destruction. They hate us for our freedom. None of that. But we need to cancel him and cancel Bernie at the same time. And if Bernie doesn't cancel Joe Rogan, you going to cancel Bernie? I think not. I think not. You can't cancel somebody you ain't got a subscription to. Joe Rogan is not an angel. He doesn't pretend to be. He's a guy with a show who brings on whoever the hell he wants to bring on. Sort of like me, bringing on whoever the hell I want to bring on my show. I don't conform to anybody's rules about what I do or what I say and who I have on. Don't like it, don't watch. Don't like it, don't support it. But you don't get to tell people who they can like and who they can't like. Joe Rogan can vote for whoever the hell he wants to vote for. And by the way, garters of the elite, I didn't see you having a problem with last week. Joe Rogan doing a podcast said that there were other presidential candidates that wanted to come on his show. Mayor Pete, Joe Biden, and Elizabeth Warren all wanted to come on his show. I wonder if he would have had the same reaction if he would have chose one of them as his pick for 2020. Some tells me you wouldn't have. Some tells me you to shut the hell up. Some tells me you to shut all the way the hell up. I don't think we would have heard a word or a peep out of it. I think the only reason why you got a problem with who Joe Rogan likes is because it's not somebody that you like. And case in point, you don't have a problem with the fact that Joe Rogan's politics may not line up with your politics, whatever the hell that is. I don't line up with it either. I don't line up with anything that you elites think is right because it's always tied to corporate America. It's never tied to us. Okay? But you got no problem with Bernie reaching across the aisle or Bernie working with independents, do you? I mean, he is an independent. You got no problem with him working with people that lean whatever stripe of political ideology that they have. Because Amy Klobuchar brags every debate about how I'm from a red state and I can win in a red state. Why can she win in a red state? Because she gets red state people to vote for her, right? You've never said we don't like Amy because she's able to attract conservatives. Bernie attracts Joe, whatever Joe is. I don't even know what he is. I don't know if he even has a label. But he attracts a guy who's not a traditional Democrat, which is short for Republican, light. And all hell breaks loose. You guys are the most hypocritical, backward people. You're disgustingly obvious bias. It's so flagrant. Like you're the guy who walks up, smacks the other player upside the head, kicks him, knees him in the groin, throws him to the ground, and when they throw the flag on you, go, what, me? What? What did I do? What? I can't believe this. What did I do? What? That's you. That's the Democratic Party. That's what you do. So it's cool when Amy Klobuchar and Joe Biden or whatever the hell like their whole strategy is we need a milquetoast ass Democrat so he can go or he or she can pull Republican votes. But then you get a guy like Bernie who's not only pulling independent and Republican votes, he's pulling people like Joe Rogan with huge platforms, and you got a problem with it because he made some jokes. You don't get to vet who likes whatever candidate. You don't get to vet voters, dumbass. You vet candidates. Vet candidates. Vet them on their records. Don't vet them on their people that vote for them or say they're going to vote for them. That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. You're going to vet voters. You're supposed to try to attract voters. You fucking Hillary Clinton sellouts. Pathetic. And every fake talking head that has something to say negative, you can suck all of our Johnsons. That's right, because you are pathetic. Pathetic with a capital P. You're horrible. Horrible losers, horrible, pathetic. How does it feel to be a sellout corporate shill, an empty suit? Whether it's a woman's suit or a man's suit or something in between, you are horrible. You're sellout scumbags. Every last one of you. You don't get to decide what voters like, you bastards. Voters get to decide who they like. You know, I like Dave Chappelle. I'm a big Dave Chappelle fan. When he supported Andrew Yang, I said nothing negative because it's up to Dave Chappelle who he wants to support. That's that man's choice. I'm on the record with that. And every Yang supporter knows, because I'm pretty well known in their circles, because I've been critical of Andrew Yang. But I respect the fact that Dave Chappelle can vote for whoever he wants to vote for. I didn't clutch pearls, act crazy, take a dump on him, talk about we need to cancel Dave Chappelle because he likes Andrew Yang. I was disappointed, though. But hey, what am I going to do? It's a free country, at least when you got a lot of money it is. The point being is that I didn't have a problem with it. And even if I did, I kept it to myself because it's none of my damn business who Dave Chappelle said he's going to cast a vote for come November. And guess what? It's none of your damn business either, Democrat elites, overlords, slave catchers. We allowed that who have our own thoughts? I don't know if we's allowed to have our own thoughts. Massa might get mad if black people want to choose. And there's somebody, Nancy Pelosi's daughter, Christine Pelosi, who no one would know. Not a single solitary person would fucking know who she is if her mother wasn't Nancy Pelosi and she wasn't a rich bitch. Sitting up there talking about, where's that damn tweet, guys? Where's that tweet? I want to show you this damn tweet.
In the primary.
I think I'll probably vote for Bernie. Him as a human being, when I was hanging out with him, and
Yeah.
I believe in him. I like him a lot. What Bernie stands for is a guy who, well, look, you could dig up dirt on every single human being that's ever existed if you catch them in their worst moment and you magnify those moments and you cut out everything else and you only display those worst moments. That said, you can't find.
Here goes the tweet from Christine Pelosi that got me pissed off, man. Here it is right here. Rogan attacked Speaker Pelosi just last week. You can keep him in your tent, but don't expect women and trans people and African Americans and others he attacked to put him in ours. Not your bargaining chip. You know what? Go straight directly to hell. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. Just go directly to hell, whatever the hell your name is, Christine Pelosi. That's what you could do for us. Go directly, don't make a beeline to hell. Make a beeline to hell. Call an Uber. Look, I don't care how you get to hell. You can take an Uber. You can take Lyft. You can walk. You can hitchhike. You can fly on your broom. You can shove the broom places that we can't get to. Whatever you need to do. Whatever orifice. Whatever you need to do that shit. You are horrible. Your mama is a public figure. People get to talk shit about her. People talk shit about me all the time. You know what I know what doesn't happen? My poor-ass kids don't get online and berate them and talk shit. And I'm poor and I'm broke and they don't do that shit. Who the hell are you? I mean, real talk, man. Who the hell are you, lady? Who the hell are you that you can't let your mama's a rich, she's made all her money while being a politician. How the hell do you make money being a politician? How do you become rich being a politician? How? If you ain't corrupt as hell. How'd that happen? You know, I had an interview with Ben Cohen the other day. He was talking about ice cream, co-founder of Ben & Jerry's. Ben's a really cool guy, man. And he was saying he's 50 pounds lighter because he no longer is the R&D and chief inspector of his own product. And what I mean by that is that, he used to taste his own product. Sort of like the way Nancy Pelosi is supposed to, manage our money and stuff and manage stuff in California. She's been tasting her own product. She's like $50 million heavier than she should be. What do you think about that, Christine? She's been dipping into the ice cream, so to speak. You get what I'm saying? You catch my meaning, heifer? How dare you act like your mother isn't capable of being called out like everybody else? I mean, it looks like she won, like she's winning. She's almost 80 with $80 million. What's 800 million? I don't know how much money she has, but she did all right. She can't take a comedian on a podcast saying she's a loser. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It pisses me off, guys. It just really pisses me off. So they're all upset that Bernie Sanders got an endorsement from a comedian. Andrew Yang got an endorsement from a comedian. I'm glad he did. I'm glad he didn't give Yang a bunch of shit about it. I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad they didn't. I wonder who endorsed, I don't know, who endorsed Elizabeth Warren. Probably somebody. I could find something about them I don't like. I don't know who they are. People who endorse Joe Biden, there's probably something somewhere they said or did at one point in time, a tweet or a movie or a scene they played or something that they did in their lives that we could pick apart and make it an issue, right? Sort of like what Joe Rogan was saying in his video. But you can't find anything really on Bernie, can you? So you go after people that support him. You go after Bernie bros. You conjure this thing, similar to Hillary Clinton when she made up the Obama boys. You know, that's a racist trope. It came from racist-ass Hillary Clinton using it against Obama, and it didn't work. And if it wasn't for a complicit-ass media, it wouldn't have worked on Bernie in 2016 either. You know, Bernie Sanders isn't perfect, but he's a lot better than the rest of you bastards. And you only got a problem with Bernie Sanders getting an endorsement from Joe Rogan because it's not the guy you want. It's not the person you want. You know? That's all the problem is. That's the whole issue. You know, you're afraid that Bernie's going to win. And you know what? He is going to win. He's going to win because we're going to make him win. He's going to win because we're going to make this not even close. We're not even going to make the mistake of giving you an opportunity to steal it because it's going to be so far. It's going to be such a wide chasm, such a great void of space between Bernie Sanders and the rest of these competitors that for you to give it to them, it would be so obvious that every newspaper in the entire globe would be calling you lying, thieving liars, backstabbing Democrat bastards. That's the only choice we have is to make this thing nowhere near even remotely close that you could steal it. Because that's the only problem you have. You have a problem that Bernie Sanders is going to upset the apple cart, that he's too set in his ways to be contorted or to cave in and to forget everything he's worked for the last 40 years. The real problem with the fact that Joe Rogan endorsed Bernie Sanders is right here in this clip.
Look, as you say, 4 candidates who are stuck in the Senate chamber for much of the home stretch here heading into the critical Iowa caucuses. We have a look at some new polls. In the last 24 hours, a bunch of new polls come out here. A national poll from Monmouth yesterday. They find something we've been seeing for a while now. Biden clearly in the lead in this poll. Sanders clearly in second. Warren in third, clearly behind him. By the way, Bloomberg, with all that money spent outside the first 4 states, getting to 9% here. But check this out. The other national poll to come out yesterday from CNN, first time you've seen that in a long time. Yeah. Bernie Sanders in the lead nationally. What's the difference between what you found in the CNN poll that has Sanders ahead? Non-white voters. In this poll, this CNN poll, he leads Biden by 3 points among non-white voters. I don't know which of those polls is right, but if Sanders is going to win the nomination, that's where he's got to build support. You see in that poll what happens when he does. By the way, the other new poll this morning, I don't know how it skipped this. I must have hit this with the outside of my hand or something. Sanders up 12 this morning in a new New Hampshire poll, a WBUR poll right there. Again, remember, the name of the game for Sanders and for all these candidates is to try to get that 1-2 punch. Iowa, roll it into New Hampshire. A couple things to keep in mind, by the way, the gaps we're seeing here nationally, the coalitions, this from the Monmouth poll yesterday, Sanders leading among liberals. Biden, obviously, among moderates, Sanders dropping. And you see, by the way, Warren, that's the real drop-off. Sanders has a pulse with moderate voters. Warren, not so much.
Yeah, there does seem to be something happening, and the national polls and the trend lines in Iowa appear to be converging as well, if you believe some of the private numbers we've looked at. Hey there.
That's right, folks. They don't fool me. I know their real problem. The problem is that Bernie Sanders is polling well. The problem is they're having to grapple with the fact that Bernie Sanders can win this nomination. Not only can he win it, it's in the tea leaves. It seems very inevitable that Bernie will win, and that's the last thing that they want, Johnson. That's the problem. If Bernie was down in the polls, if he wasn't a threat, if he wasn't about to steal this whole thing, win this whole thing, then they wouldn't have a problem with whoever endorsed him. They'd be like, who cares? They'd be like, who cares? Not a problem. That's the real issue. So, Joe Rogan, obviously doesn't need my permission or my endorsement, but I endorse Joe Rogan's endorsement of Bernie Sanders Bernie Sanders, I implore you, sir, to not let the haters or whoever they are, the detractors, whoever they are, make you even think for a millisecond that this is not a good thing. This is an excellent thing for you. This is excellent. It's important. It's important that people get behind your campaign, whether they be Democrats, whether they be acceptable to the Democratic establishment or not. The whole point of your run is to attract people who gravitate, whoever those people are, whoever they are. That's the whole point. And I know you don't need to listen and hear it from me. I know you don't. You don't need to hear this. You know what you're doing. I just hope we hold fast. Everybody hold fast. Any groups that turn on you were never your groups anyway. Any group who thinks that the person who endorsed you, like there are people saying, I saw some of them using like these Republican talking points. I wonder where that came from. Well, I bet Bernie's going to throw this endorsement away like he did Jank. Well, Bernie didn't endorse Joe. Joe endorsed Bernie. So it's kind of different, isn't it? Like, Bernie's not co-signing Joe. Joe just co-signed Bernie. It's the other way, right? That is different, right? You know what I mean? Like, I think there's a difference. I don't know if that makes sense to you or not. Or you just like clicks and views or like saying stupid shit that makes, I don't know, because you think it's helpful to your bottom line. Because your boss told you to say it. I don't know why you say what you say. But it just doesn't make much sense. Yeah. Bernie Sanders went on the Joe Rogan show and he got millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of views. Like 14 million, some crazy number. I don't know what it was. When was the last time Amy Klobuchar got 1 million views that wasn't in a debate? I don't think it's ever happened for her. I don't think she's ever gone viral for any reason. She stood in the snow and couldn't go viral. When was the last time Elizabeth Warren got that many views on anything? That many people exposed to her at one time for an hour long to have a conversation and talk about issues that matter. That's what Bernie got to do on the Joe Rogan show. Even in my criticism of Joe Rogan, I acknowledged that before this ever broke, before this was ever an issue. I said you got to respect the hell out of Joe Rogan for opening up his platform and bringing people on like Bernie Sanders and exposing them to an audience. I said that in that video because it's important. It's the truth. These people are just butthurt. They're sorry. They're pissed off. They're afraid. They're very scared that they're going to have to pay their fair share of taxes, that their corporate kickbacks might go away. They're freaking scared. They're scared their private prisons might get shut down. Weed might become legalized. A livable wage may become a thing. Medicare for all might get pushed through, and people that oppose it may be primary to put out on their ass. They have to get real jobs, so they got to make a real living and actually contribute to society instead of siphon money out of it. They're really pissed off. They're afraid that what might happen is we might end these regime change wars. We might end the wars of convenience, the wars for money and profit for our military industrial complex. They might have to actually get up off their wobbly, white, pasty asses and go out and work for a living. They might have to do something more than pillage and plunder brown countries across the globe in order to increase their settlement money, their rigging money or whatever, their oil refinery money or whatever other crap they gain by doing this, the precious metals that they steal and excavate from other countries. They're afraid, Dan. They're afraid that maybe, possibly, Bernie Sanders will get in that White House and convince poor white folks and poor black folks and poor Latinos and Native Americans and Asians and all of us that maybe the things that divide us aren't as big as we think. And maybe if we had a pot in every pot or a fish in every pot or a chicken in every pot, or whatever you like, or hey, some vegetables in every pot, that everybody be a little bit better off. And if we had health coverage and we had the access to a education that mattered, well, maybe we could get past some of this bullshit and have better lives, because at the end of the day, we all do want the same things. You allow the Democrats to tell it, we don't. They want to siphon us up and put us in separate groups. Now, I'm the person who will say, hey, guys, there are issues, racial issues that impact my life. They have impacted my life. They impacted my life from inception, being the first black person, the first member of my family to have the rights of a white guy in America for the entire time America's existed. Do you realize that? And I know that means nothing to you, but that means something to me, and it's the fact of life, okay? It's the fact that my mom couldn't sit on a bus where she wanted, couldn't work where she wanted. My dad couldn't work where he wanted, couldn't do what he wanted to do because he was black, not because he was poor, because he was black. So I recognize that. So I don't just chalk things up as social justice warriors gone crazy. But I do call out bullshit when it's obvious. There's a possibility to do both. Both things can exist. We can't have racial inequality and we can have fake-ass manufactured bullshit like this here. And you can be smart enough to take a second, take a beat, and look for the nuance and the context and decide which is which. So this is one of those situations that's full of bullshit. This is one of those situations where they're just gaslighting us, trying to make us to believe that we need to stay separate. We don't. Don't act like you're fighting for me, Christine Pelosi. You ain't fighting for me. You don't get to decide what I get outraged about. You don't get to tell me, rich, white, privileged woman, what I should be pissed off about a comedian on this podcast. If I got a problem with Joe Rogan, I'll just make a video. I don't need you to tell me that he needs to be canceled. I don't need your permission or your co-signing or your ordained ministry to tell me that we don't need him in whatever fucking tent as if you own something. You own nothing. You a nothing person. You a nothing burger with legs. You don't matter. Your opinion matters only to you. And it's only important because you got people that kiss your ass around you because your mama and your daddy got money. Yeah, they're afraid. You're afraid that your tax bracket ain't going to be your protection. You got the complexion for the protection from the collection, but at the intersection between brokenness and blackness and Latinos and brown folks and poor white folks, we might band together and do something with this shit. We might actually take this country in a new direction that will freeze you the hell out. We might actually eat the rich and require that you feed the poor, that you end the wars. See, they don't want that. That's the real problem they had with Bernie Sanders. That's the problem they had with all the progressives from AOC to Ilhan Omar, to Rashida Tlaib, to my friends over there who speak truth to power, from Nina Turner, all the way to hell. All of them. That's the end result. That's the real truth. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. So they're afraid. This is the only thing they can do. This is their reflex mechanism. This is their gag reflex. This is what they do. This is how they push back. They push back in the most obviously hypocritical, biased ways. They don't want Bernie Sanders because he might change this situation. He may be a catalyst for us to get out in that street and do something. Make some change, some real change. Not that fake-ass change, not that chump change, but real change, fundamental grassroots change that throws them out on their proverbial asses. And for them, that's a scary thought. All right, guys, that's it for my monologue. You know what time it is. What else did I want to say? Did I want to say anything else? Yeah, this show is not brought to you by any special interest group. It's brought to you by people who watch the show. They're probably people that wouldn't be approved by Christine Pelosi and all the other writers at The Root or whatever the freaking heck, like whatever the hell, I said freaking heck, whatever the fuck. I got kids that watch, man. It's the fact I know my nephew's watching. He's like, Uncle Tim, I'm 16, man. I know you grew up too fast. Yeah. Let's go to comments, guys. Let's get some folks. Let's get some comments going on. You know, let's look at what the people have to say. That's what matters, right? At the end of the day, that's what matters. Yeah, they don't want real patriots, real fighters for people. They don't want that happen. They don't want us to really speak up. You know, shout out to Philip Agnew. I wanted to say that. I want to say shout out to Philip Agnew. I think he's a gifted speaker. Him and Senator Nina Turner remind me that there is so much more. There's still much more to do. There's much more to learn, and these guys are amazing, and you make me want to be better at what I do. So thank you for coming on this show. and making me a better host and making me excited about the craft of communication all over again. I appreciate you. Let's go to Super Chats real quick, and then, let's do that. Remember, guys, 319-527-6212 is the number you call into. And let's see if people have comments that I should be reading off. We got a couple of new members. That's always fantastic. Thank you, Ian. Welcome to the show, Ian Hurley and Smooth Eddie. What's up? What's going on? Smooth Eddie, I saw you somewhere. Something. I think I sent something or responded to one of your comments or something. Because that EADIE, that Eddie part, that's unique, bro. What's up, man? Glad to have you, family. Rev Marie says, Bernie probably says thanks, but no thanks. I don't know. I think it would be kind of hard to do that when he put a video out on his channel, you know? Larry the Truth, Bernie 2020 or bust. I'm not voting Republican light. Lumina M, thank you for your work. Love you. Thank you, Lumina. Larry the Truth, no likes DNC. No likes DNC. All right. And DCCC. Larry the Truth says, Obama's the one who caused us to go Trump. Neoliberalism sucks. Larry the Truth, Bernie win. Nom. Better vote blue no matter who at this point. Centrist snowflakes. Cheryl Tyler, thank you, Cheryl. They're toxic. Hillary went on the sexist, gross Howard Stern and used the platform to bash Bernie. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Dr. Jason Johnson had nothing to say about Hillary Clinton going on the Howard Stern show. Neither did Rachel Maddow or Chris Hayes, Chris Matthews. Nobody had anything to say about Nancy Pelosi or Christine Pelosi. Had absolutely nothing to say about Hillary Clinton going on the Howard Stern show where they degrade women. Like, last time I checked, Joe Rogan just talks. He never had naked women come in and like objectify them physically in the place. I mean, Howard Stern used to have women come in his office, his show, and get butt-ass naked and have people do things live on the air. You didn't have a problem with that, did you? Did you? You didn't say a word to Hillary. She's like the leader for all you Decepticon creatures. And none of you at least pretend to not be hypocritical, backstabbing bastards. At least pretend to be fair actors, honest actors, not skinflints and jackoffs and backstabbing bullies. At least pretend not to be hacks and shields. At least fake it. You don't even fake. They don't even fake it. They don't respect us enough to fake it, to pretend to be like, Hillary, why'd you go there? Bad Hillary. You know, just kidding, Hillary. You know, they didn't even do that. Scumbags, thank you, Cheryl, for reminding me of that fact. Learn the truth. Tim, you're sent you $2. You're not poor, Tim. I sent you $2. Well, thank you, Larry. Jim Garrison. Sanders Rogan 2020. Buck Booley, that Pelosi rant was worth $5. Thank you, Buck Booley. Cal's video says I endorse the endorsement of Joe Rogan. Well, thank you, my brother. Thanks, Johnson. Thank you, Johnson, for the endorsing of Johnson. David Melford says Bernie's going to take the cornbread from the oligarchs, Johnson. The Daily Dope Shows, we love you, Tim. Shout out to the Wolfpack. Well, shout out to the Daily Dope Show, man. Maker things, you can't arrest a movement. No, you can't. You can't kill a movement. You can kill a man, but you can't kill a movement. You can't kill a revolution, baby. Shout out to Fred Hampton. May he rest in peace. All right. Woo, man. The crap we got to put up with, man, around this mofo. Don't we? Goodness gracious, y'all. All right, now, we going along in the truth now. We got to get to the other part of the show where people get to talk. Well, you know what? We're going to go ahead and do this part now because this is important. We need to do this. Okay, so, guys, let me go to commercial. We'll come back and we'll do our raffle. Then we'll go right to phone calls. Here it is. Popular demand, Johnson is here. I have new Johnson designs in my shop. If you want to pick them up, check them out. They are hilarious. They are revolutionary. And they're all Johnson. You're going to love them, man. Check them out. Both parties suck, Johnson. It's one of my favorites. Independent media only, Johnson. Keep it real. We are all Johnson. We are. We're one big community, guys. Go check it out. Independent media only. Johnson's in the house. Both parties suck Johnson. We are here. They got a special going on right now. Free shipping. Get it today. Wolfpack. Oh, there you go. My name is Tim Black. You're now tuned into the most watched Black independent media news network in the country. We cover politics, we cover pop culture, we cover whatever matters in your world. If it goes down, I'm covering it. We do a show, live show, Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. Friday nights, we got what? A call-in show. Anybody can call in. Throughout the week, we put out little clips, short clips of important news. You don't want to miss it. Stay on top of your news. Go with a reliable source. I'm there for you. TBTV, this is where it's at. Subscribe today and remember, don't you let nobody take your cornbread. Johnson. All right. All right, guys. All right. All right, guys, so here are the names. So let me explain to you what we did, guys. What we did was we reached out. K Lovejoy reached out on the behalf of the show via our text group, our VIP text group, right? So if you want to join the VIP text group, what you need to do is you need to dial, you need to text the word cornbread to the code 21,000. Text that to 21,000. Is it at the bottom here? Oh, it's on my other screen. So text the word cornbread, one word, to 21,000, okay? 21000 to join the VIP text group, and you'll opt into the list. So what we're trying to do is I'm trying to make the show as the best show we can possibly make it. And the way we do that, that helps us do it, is to get feedback from you guys, right? So we sent out a questionnaire and we asked people, of the VIP text people, what are some things they would like to see us do on the show? What's important to you, and what direction, or what's some suggestions you have for the show? And here goes some of the things that people said. They said union organizing and what people are doing to affect change with their unions. Some people want us to focus on unions as well as other stuff we do. Some people want us to keep doing what we're doing. Challenging corporate DC misinformation, call out fake news, fake media, fraud and abuse. Focus on Bernie progressive policy. Keep the jokes coming to keep us through this. Nina for VP. And Bernie's cabinet picks, focus on that. Getting Bernie elected. So there was a lot of feedback, a lot of information. People saying important interviews, great interviews, big interviews would be great. Bring people on. Criminal justice issues, reform, get money out of politics. So these are the issues, social issues, national elections, and corruption. So that's just a little glimmer of the issues that people who filled out the survey wanted us to tackle in 2020, right? So thank you so much, guys. Everyone who responded, everyone who sent us their thoughts that are helping the show. Is better than me just guessing, and just your suggestions give me like a roadmap. You know what I mean? Because I know for every person that responded, 100 other people feel the same way. You know, you're speaking for not only yourself when you call this show or when you respond to a poll. You to me, and I know the methodology. I know how many people we reach. So it's accurate and it's good for us. Okay, it's good for everyone, right? Who wants a show that's not addressing the issues you want? All right, so here goes the funnest part, right? All right, so there was a group of those people who filled out the questionnaire. They were cool enough to provide us their phone numbers, because they're in our raffle, guys. This is the Tim Black raffle vase, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a name out of here, and that name, they're going to get some gifts, okay? That's going to be like T-shirts, mugs, some cool stuff we're going to send out to them, all right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to call them right here on the air, right here during the show, and let them know that they won, okay? So I'm not going to look. I'm just going to choose a name out of here, and I'm going to announce the winner right now, okay? All right. Okay, we got a Chris from Georgia. Chris from Georgia is our lucky winner for the first ever Tim Black raffle. All right, the VIP raffle. Chris from Georgia. I'm keeping the rest secret because I told you I keep your information private. Thank you for providing the information so that we can contact you. And I'm going to go ahead and call up Chris. Let's hope that Chris is around, that we can call up Chris, y'all. So let's see. Let's call up Chris now. Something I've never done, which is call somebody doing a live show, but we're able to do that, guys. So let's try it. All right, I'm calling Chris from Georgia. Uh-oh. Chris is not around, but that's okay. I would love to leave Chris a message, though, but Chris is not there. Okay. All right, so that's okay. That's okay. Oh, hell, it's not okay. I really wanted someone to give the, so Chris, you're a winner, though. Chris is a winner. Chris from Georgia's a winner. Let's try somebody else. Let's make it two people. Because we had two winners. We can have more than one winner, right? I mean, it's not like Elizabeth Warren and Amy Klobuchar. This is that type of situation where no one actually won because there were two winners. Like, you can't. But this is different because they both get something. So let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go for somebody else, man. Let's do it, Wolfpack. Come on, Johnson. Who's going to be the lucky Johnson here? All right. I happen to know that this person's watching. This person I know is watching because when I was on Facebook, I actually called out their name. The winner is David from California. David from California. And David, I'm going to call you now, my friend. There it is. Let's do this. Oh, man. It's like it's got an extra number here. I hope this is it. Kay, you gave me an extra number in here. It's an extra digit. I hope this is him. So I'm texting her now. Daggone it. Goodness gracious, man. It would be that. It would be this mistake. All right, so I'm going to try it with the other optional digit. Maybe they just put the wrong digit here. God. I'm gonna try this. Let's see if this does it.
Hello, you know who you ordered that message, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
I'm leaving a message for David. This is Tim Black. David, I'm reaching out to you. You want a raffle? If this is the right number, let me know. You're the winner, David. That didn't sound like David, but you never know. David could be using someone else's phone. I'm going to try this one more time. Gosh darn it. Ah.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, it's got an extra number. Anyway, okay, it's okay. I know who this person is. It's okay, I don't have to call him. But that's all you have. That's the number you have for him, right? With 5 numbers at the end. Yeah, that's not a valid phone number. Okay. Well, then they fat fingered it or something. All right, thank you, Kay. I appreciate it. All right, now. All right. Yeah, it was so close to being such a great moment, but it's okay. Hello, David. Nope. That's okay, because you know what, guys? I actually know who this person is, and I'm not gonna, I guess it's okay to call this person's name out because I actually know this person. All right? So, with no further ado, one of the winners is gonna get a free gift bag, some free Tim Black Wolfpack swag, is my friend of yours, David Melford. David Melford, what's up, David? How you doing, man? I already shouted you out earlier, so I feel okay about doing it now, divulging your last name, because we already divulged your name earlier when I was calling roll call for Facebook. David Melford is the winner, one of the winners. We got 2 winners. So, David, you win, and we're going to send that out for you, man. Thank you for providing your information. Thank you for taking a part of this. Thank you for being a part of this Wolfpack. Thank you for being a part of the community, being a part of the polling, helping us do what's best, or doing what our viewers want to make a better show for 2020, man. I appreciate the hell out of you. It's so much better than guessing. So thank you so much, David Melford. Give it up for David Melford, y'all. David Melford and Chris, and Chris could be a lady. Chris from Georgia, David Melford from California, and Chris from Georgia. Okay, dope, guys, fantastic. All right, so now let's go to phone calls. Let's go to phone calls. My first call in the queue is from a 11111 number. What's up, 11111? How you doing? You're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
I'm good. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. What was I going to say?
Who's this?
Shit, there's a lot to talk about.
Who's
Adam
this?
from California, Costa Mesa.
All right, brother.
Thanks for what you do.
Thank you.
Great stuff, always. Every day in every way, you're getting better and better.
Appreciate it.
I'd like to start with the stages of billionaire acceptance of Bernie Sanders' campaign, and that's business as usual. Play it cool. Feel the warmth. Feel the heat. Feel the moisture and wetness, and finally feel the burn. and then they'll feel lucky at some point. So that's all good. I want to say that your callers are wonderful callers. They have amazing things to say, and I appreciate that as well. I always have so much to say. I want to talk about Elizabeth Warren's, how she handled this whole thing. And I would like to say up to the point of the question to her on the debate, she had the opportunity to not go where she went. And when she answered the question, which it was a strange way of asking the question too, it was asking the question without putting Elizabeth Warren in the position of divulging what exactly the phrase was said. And they asked her if you how she felt when she was asked, when she was told that he didn't think a woman could win. And up to that point, she could have gone any direction. When she answered that question, it implied clearly that Bernie Sanders had lied.
Right.
And so for her to have at the end of the debate gone up to him, and this goes back to the beginning too, where it turns out, from what I understand, the question was broached to Bernie Sanders whether he believed a woman could win. And that suggests two things, which she was either feeling him out to try and feel out whether he was going to run himself, or it was a setup question. And so after the debate, when she asked him that question, knowing it's, or should have known, if she doesn't know it, she shouldn't be running for president. She's not qualified for that reason. But she asked him, she said, "I think you called me a liar on national television." Well, she knew, again, it looks like a setup. And she caused the whole thing. Anyway, so I wanted to say Joe Biden is a hard zero, always has been. And for anybody who thinks that Bernie Sanders should have been attacking him, I think that Bernie Sanders did the right thing. It's eventual that he's going to drop, I believe, unless the establishment really holds his hand. There's something strange about his hanging in there like that. And the establishment is essentially out of options too, in that they banked on him too long. He hung up there in the polls too long. But Joe Biden is a hard zero and nothing to worry about there. So anyway, thank you so much. I'm sure I had a bunch more stuff to say, but I'm always terrible. Oh, and let me just say this last thing. More will happen between the time November 3rd, 2020, when the time that Bernie Sanders is inaugurated. More will happen good from our deep state. They're going to shut down more stuff that shouldn't be going on. More will happen than has happened in maybe the last 20 or 30 years before he even steps into office. They're going to shut a lot of stuff down, I believe. Anyhow, thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it, man. Good comments. And you know, I agree. You know, good point about Biden He hung too high in the rankings too long for them to like run somebody. It's too late. They should have got behind a more I don't know, a better corporate tool. like really. But they tried everybody out, man. They couldn't get it. Like Kamala didn't work out, and Pete. Look at Pete. Pete's doing horrible. It is what it is. Like Amy Klobuchar was like the last reach for the remote. You know, she was like the last. This, you know, Dixie cup out of the roll, the last shred of toilet tissue. Like, she was it, man. That was it. All right. I'm going to go to the next call. God. Let me go here. 907. 907, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hi, honey. It's the old lady. Hi, Wolfpack. Love you all. Love the rage. Never, ever any of us forget to be outraged and stay outraged. This is my comment on the Joe Rogan thing. My daughter my granddaughter wanted to wrestle in high school, and she listens to the Rogan podcast, and so when she's over visiting, she has me listen to a few things, and that's how I got turned on to him. And he's all right, just like an average Joe kind of guy and what have you, and all the things that you said was correct. But the one thing that's really wonderful about this man is that he has a massive reach into places that have their heads turned off to not just politics, but to people who are hearing the corporate narrative of and the political narrative of the left AOC and all of us just being a bunch of bug nuts, okay? He's even kind of hedged on that himself. But I really listened to him when he had Bernie Sanders on, and I was one of those 11 million people who listened to that first interview. And it was very conversational, but it allowed Bernie, without interruption, to be able to state his platforms, why he thinks the way he thinks. And he got to reach ears that would never have listened to him, would never have had, and I know this for a fact because when this blew up on Twitter, I was in the doctor's today, and there were some younger guys, in their 40s, and they're like, man, oh my God, I'm crazy, Bernie, and then one guy looked at him and said, no, you gotta listen, just gotta listen. I went back and listened to that interview, and that old dude, he's not crazy. And then I kind of spoke up and said, hey, if you guys think that's kind of cool, you got to go to YouTube and look at his videos last 40 years, So anyway, the silver lining is this. For the last 40 years, we've been under neoliberalism. It started really to kick in gear with Clinton, Bill Clinton. Then I handed it off to the retard Bush Jr. He got us into that illegal war, and he's a war criminal. But then what did Obama do? He's supposed to be Mr. Hope and Change. He didn't prosecute. He says, we ain't going to look behind. We're going to look forward. Not only did he do that, he ramped up on everything that Bush did, because the Congress has never held any precedent. They've been derelict of their duty under Article 1, Section 8 of the Constitution, that the Congress is the only ones to have the power of deciding war. All right, so now we've gotten out of Obama, and everybody's just totally had it. Now we're 60% of us are at or below the poverty level. We're like, fuck, woe is me is beyond hell, you know. But that's the silver lining that these assholes up there in the top don't understand. That's what keeps us. We're not divided. That's why they're trying to divide us, but we're not divided. When West Virginia can totally vote on and for Sanders in the primary, and then Minnesota, and totally diverse areas of the country, and even my state, you know, we voted Sanders, but our superdelegates gave away our votes, which shows you we don't have a democracy. Mm-hmm. All right, the silver lining is this. There's 325 million Americans, right? Most of them aren't Trump sycophants and all the shit that they'd like to fearmonger that they are. They're not that big of a percentage. The silver lining is that there's 60% of us that are at or below the poverty level, homeless and hurting and everything else. We are united in that pain. And we have a vessel who has been planting this seed and sowing the garden for our growth to get the hell off of underneath this yoke for 40 years. And by having Rogan, and by going on Rogan's show and then Rogan turning around, and I loved it. He put it in Barry Weiss's face, man. Bitch, here it is. I'm voting. Yeah, I like my Tulsi and all that good stuff, and he still does. But I think I'm going to be voting for Sanders. That told all of the hunters in my state and all the Go Boys and everybody else that perked their ears up that love the MMA and everything else, and their women are all talking about it too goddamn night. Tonight. He just galvanized us all. All of us. Now we got to keep that galvanization going. He's opened up a damn nice way for all of us to be able to sit and talk to that uncomfortable brother, uncle, father, grandpa, whatever, sister, auntie, you know, who fell under the neoliberalism spell of the Pelosi bullshit. But you know what? I'm going to disagree with you on one thing. I don't want them lying to us anymore. I fuck their pretty little lives. I like them telling us the truth. I like them showing the world what they really are. After WikiLeaks exposed the DNC for what they were, how many people Dem exited? I'm getting, because I donate to both Tulsi and to Bernie, but Bernie's my guy. I get little things from the DNC, and I got one from Tom Perez. They're begging for money because Obama bankrupted it, the DNC, and then Clinton, remember, came in and took her own money and put it into the DNC. That's why she said, I am the person. That's why no one's going to run. I'm buying my way into this thing.
Okay.
She did money laundering, everything. We got to keep galvanized. We now got a great opening to be able to talk with the people we thought we couldn't talk to, because he's a regular Joe like the millions and millions of other regular Joes. So awesome for him. And anybody else who thinks that they got a problem with this, that, or the other, stick it in your pipe and smoke it, baby, because we got bigger fish to fry. It's called getting our country back. Once he's in office, we got to keep going. There ain't no stopping. The movement is going to be at least 30, 40, 50 years long. So raise up your babies to do what's right. Went too long. Love y'all. Good night. Thank you, Joe Rogan.
All right. Thank you, Laura, for the comment. I appreciate it.
Night, honey.
You got it. Oh, wow. Okay. 419. 419, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Yeah, this is Kevin from Toledo, Ohio.
What's up, Kevin? What's on your mind, man?
I was, I just wanted to say that, of course, I'm a Bernie supporter, and
Can't hear you, brother. I had you. Did something happen? Yeah, you're going in and out. Oh, shit. Ah. Something just happened with the phone line. Let me try to connect again. You hear that shit? Crazy.
Start your show now. Press 1 to hear.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting
Crazy,
you
right?
now.
Hey, brother, you back, man. My phone, something happened to my line. You good. Go ahead, Kevin.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, Kevin.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what I was saying was, I rep Bernie hard. He's the only candidate that I donate to. I'm a former 2016 CNN watcher, so when he ran in 2016, all I did was listen to what CNN was telling me. But then after the election, I went on ahead and I started doing my research, which I should have did before in the primaries, but I didn't. So I voted for Hillary, and once I did my research, I'm like, why didn't I vote for this man? What all the things he was talking about were things that I was really for. But of course, CNN always talked about pipe dream Bernie, so that's what I went along with. And so now, here's fast forward ahead 2020, I'm a Stars Bernie supporter that donates, that, got my yard sign, my bumper sticker, and I spread the gospel everywhere I go to talk about Bernie. So, I'm winning people over my family, but you still have those Barack Obama, Clinton, Biden supporters. Of course, in my family, I don't know any Trump supporters personally, but I do know a whole lot of Obama, Clinton, and Biden supporters, and they love this man. And I'm like, I'm breaking down this information. I'm showing it to you, but you still choose to vote against your own interests. I'm like, what is it about watching CNN and MSNBC to get your, to get your news when I'm actually showing you these things online, what these people stand for? Now, like I said, I won my parents over, and aunts and uncles and things, but it's so hard to get black people to believe that these things can actually happen.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying to, for the people, not just black people in general, because it's an older thing. They don't believe in these things. They don't think they can get these things because they watch The View and all these other, networks that tell them that this is impossible. So the only way we're going to drag Bernie across this finish line is if we keep preaching the word, not to each other, but to people that just don't believe. They don't have a reason not to like Bernie outside of what they hear on TV. He's loud. He yells at you, he doesn't like women. But none of these things are proven. Yeah, he's loud, but I mean, let's be real. All black people are loud. So why do black people on TV talk about he's loud? That trips me out. Like, we're loud people, but you mad that he's loud? I watch Roland Martin sometime online, and I hear these moderate neoliberal black people on there complaining about him being loud, but you just as loud as he is. So what's the issue? So what I'm saying is, to all people, all races, all generations, if you're a Bernie supporter, you got to put the word out, because most of these people that's voted for Joe Biden, as we all know, They don't pay attention to politics. They pay attention to that's Obama's guy.
Yeah.
That's what they pay attention to. So you can't. So we can sit around and talk to each other all day long about how much we love his policies. But if we talking to each other, we ain't talking to nobody that we can bring into the fold.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
I do.
So those are the people that we have to continuously preach this message to, because I'm at the point, and I'm at the point where it's Bernie or nothing for me. I'm not voting for anybody else. I don't have a second backup candidate that I want to support. It's all Bernie or nothing for me. And the way things are going, it's going to be hard to ever vote again if we don't get Bernie in. We have to get him in, and once we get him in, we have to push his agenda all over the United States. All Bernie supporters got to go out here and work, because if we want these issues to pass, we have to make sure on the local and state level that we are pressing the issue to these congressmen and women. We have to press the issue to get his policies through, because he can't do it alone, like he said. And if we sitting back just excited about him possibly getting in office, or if he does become the president, we just get excited about that, it'll be 2008 all over again. We sit back excited and nothing changes, nothing passes, because he don't have the support. We got to make sure that we continue to do the work, because like he said, it's a revolution, and a revolution doesn't begin. The revolution is just getting started.
That's right.
The revolution doesn't end on January 2021.
Right.
So we got to be ready for this fight. And one more thing I want to say to all you Elizabeth Warren supporters, you progressives that thought she was, a progressive, you're the only ones but hurt to find out that she's not a progressive. All you got to do is look at a person's character. Look, just really read their body language. If you jump on board, if you jump in the game late to take somebody else's message, you got to really sit back before you just say, oh, I believe what she's telling me. No, I never bought into Elizabeth Warren as a backup candidate or as a progressive. You wasn't going to get me with that. It's only been Bernie for me. Since 2018, only person I thought about was Bernie Sanders. If he wasn't running, I wouldn't be voting. It's just that plain and simple. So
thank you, Kevin.
Here, let's push this message hard.
I love it, man. Thank you for your comment. You too now, Kevin. Thank you for the comment, man. Kevin's right, man. We do have to push, man. It's just the beginning, man. If Bernie wins the nomination, it's just the beginning. We still got a general. If he wins the general or he becomes president, that's just the beginning, man. Like, this is a life of work, man, to fundamentally change this country and how politics is done in this country, to change these laws in order to make a movement, a true revolution. This is the beginning, man. So I'm down for it. If you're down for it, I'm ready for it. If you like it, I love it. Thank you for the call, Kevin. All right. 470-573. Let's go with 787. 787, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey, Kevin, pleasure, man. My name is Armando. I'm from Puerto Rico.
All right.
I'm a long-time listener.
My brother.
Yeah, man, all the way from over here after the earthquake, I'm just still listening to you.
Thank you,
and
brother.
After the hurricane, too, with it.
Thank you, my brother.
Listen, just to make a point about the last caller, he's right. People are not educated. People are not listening to the facts. People are just looking to what's famous in the candidates. So people need to go out and keep talking about Bernie because his message is the correct one to follow. He has over 40 years doing the right thing. I just can't believe that anybody would not vote for Bernie. I just can't believe that. I just want to say that. Love your show, man. Keep doing that. And remember, in Puerto Rico, we took out the governor. We walked more than 1 million people in the streets, and we took out the governor. And now with the health that was discovered that was in a storage hidden out, now we're looking to take out the other governor because they're all corrupt.
Damn right,
they're all corrupt. If you make like what you said about Nancy Pelosi, she made all her money being a politician. How do you do that? Not by a yearly paycheck. Yeah, where did that money come from? It's the same over here. It's the same all around the world. Everybody around the world is protesting. What you said, what he said, that is Bernie or bust. It's bust because we're on our last string. Our lives are miserable. Most people in the world is poor, and we need, to come together. Race is not important. Color of skin is not important. Religion is not important. What is important is that the rich are taken from the poor, and they want to take south. Man, peace out. Have a great day.
Man, thank you for the phone call, man. I appreciate it. And there's the co-chair for Bernie Sanders, the mayor of San Juan, Puerto Rico, Carmen Cruz. I'm invited her on the show. I'm gonna get her on the show. I'm working with the Bernie Sanders people to have her on the show. Would love to have her come here and speak truth to power, man. I need to get some ladies speaking some truth to power on this show, man. We had a couple guys. Let's mix it up. I want to talk to more diverse people, get more voices on the show, man. So I'm looking forward to doing that, my brother. You just reminded me. You said Puerto Rico, man, and much shout out to you, man. And you guys, right? You showed us, you gave us the blueprint of how to get it done. What you did in the streets there in Puerto Rico, man, is inspirational to Americans, man. We need to follow suit. And the difference about there's a difference. You said around the country, around the world, there's corrupt politicians. The difference is in America, it's legal. See, in America, it's legal to be a corrupt politician. In Puerto Rico, they come get your ass to drag you out. But America, it's fine to get bribes, right? That's how bad we have it. They don't even do exit polls no more. Because if they did, they wouldn't be able to certify their own elections. That's how bad we got it, bro. That's how bad we got it. But thank you for the phone call, man. I appreciate it. Woo! My brother. 289, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey, how you doing, my friend?
What's up? Hello.
Two things for you. So, first of all, one of your previous callers, I want you to ask particularly any person of color, what did the 1994 crime bill do for your community? Ask that to any Joe Biden supporter. See what they say. Because there won't be an answer. There will not be one answer.
What you mean by that? There won't be an answer. What does that mean?
Well, because the 94 crime bill penalized crack cocaine use more than powder cocaine, which statistics show that black communities were more involved with than white communities. The 94 crime bill was about putting black people in jail.
I understand that. I understand that, but what do you mean there won't be an answer? I don't know what that means. There won't be an answer.
Well, because any Joe Biden supporter, especially a person of color, won't be able to answer that question. You know, all the statistics that particularly CNN is putting out that, the black community supports Joe Biden. Well, ask them these questions. They won't have an answer.
I don't know if they won't have an answer. I don't know about that. But they need to be educated. That's for sure. They need to be educated about Joe Biden. Average white voter don't know shit about Amy Klobuchar. You know, I mean, just keeping it real. You know, like so, ignorance flows everywhere. It's you know, they watch MS. You know, they watch
on the debate stage.
They watch MSNBC or CNN. They're not being educated. You know that. But yeah, you're right. I know about it, but they don't know about it. You're right.
Another thing. This is just kind of a conspiracy theory by any means.
All right.
Do you think that Michael Bloomberg is only in the race because he thinks there's going to be a contested convention?
Oh, I know. I feel like he's in the race just to stop Bernie Sanders. You said contested. That's a new one. I haven't heard this one.
I believe, and there's some evidence to back me up on this, that he's only in the race because he thinks Biden is going to fall on his ass.
Yeah.
He thinks that if there's no clear front runner going into the convention, that he might be able to pull off the superdelegates.
Yeah, I believe there's something to that. Yeah, there's a reason why he got in. Yeah,
the amount of money he's spending.
Yeah.
He isn't spending a dime in Iowa. He isn't spending a dime in New Hampshire. All his money's in Florida.
Florida. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was more places than that. He's been spending money elsewhere. Anywhere
No,
Super Tuesday. Super Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, brother. Well, thank you for the phone call, man. I appreciate it. I'm gonna keep it moving, man. But thank you for the phone call. Yeah, it was just a miscommunication. You said they wouldn't know. People know how bad it was in the '90s, man. I don't buy it at all. Black people are voting for Joe Biden. Most black people aren't voting at all. So let's keep that 100. First of all. All right. So half of America didn't vote at all, right? So remember that part. Okay. So of the half of the Americans who might vote, who still had the right to vote, right? Because, we got all types of shit going on where people's rights are being stripped away for drugs and for other shit, for other BS. Of those people that they're polling, most people of color actually support Bernie Sanders, so they might actually know why they don't like Biden. There's a couple new polls out to show that, but we've been saying that for a while. What they're looking at is black folks who are over the age of 50 who probably watch CNN and MSNBC, who actually believe people like Joy Reid. For whatever reason, they believe Joy Reid because they're stuck on this thing that somebody looks like you, that somehow they're telling you the truth. Like they believe that somebody can look like you and be okay on an issue. Like maybe they were right about Colin Kaepernick or something. That somehow it means that they're going to be a fair player when it comes to politics or some other area, when it's not transferable. Like the way that they trick people. Now this is the thing. I hope I got some new people watching right now, because this is how it works. This is how they trick you. This is how they lie to you and fool you. They're working against you. Now, first of all, don't feel bad if you've been fooled. They spend a lot of money fooling you. They put a lot of resources behind lying to us. Okay, so never feel bad about being fooled. Feel bad about once you realize you're being fooled, to continue to be a fool. That's the difference. But never feel bad about being cheated. You didn't ask to be cheated. They put a lot of resources, a lot of shiny objects, a lot of smiling faces, a lot of pretty people around, smooth talkers around in your face on a constant basis to fool you. They spent a lot of money in that endeavor. You didn't come cheap, okay? What they do is they let them be right on some things. Some things, like a wedge issue that you care about. Maybe it's barbecue Becky. Black people can't go to the pool. Or black people can't walk down the street. They make that a big issue. Oh, God, this white lady called the cops on the little boy selling water, selling lemonade. Oh, white people are so horrible. Oh. And they allow Don Lemon or Joy Reid or whoever it is. They allow them to be right, allow them to push that. Push that. And you as a black viewer or viewer of color or an ally, white allies buy into it too. There are white people that hate racism, they hate bigotry. They don't want to be associated with that shit. They want that off of them. They want that funk off of them. So they let these people be right about certain things at certain times, things that hit a nerve. This is why I disagreed with part of Laura's rant, because there are people, we are divided because people, they use these mechanisms to divide us. There are people divided by these wedge issues, whether it be orientation or who you're dating or what bathroom you're going to use or what religion you have or where you live, or if you talk with a twang, or if you talk like what's up, or if you wear your pants this way. Like, they use all these things to divide us. Yes, they are divided. We are not united. If we were united, they wouldn't be able to do this to us. We'd be conversating. We'd be sharing information. We are divided. That's the problem. But not this resistance bullshit that they on. So anyway, back to my point. So they allow these people to hit a court with you that gives you a false sense of security, like these people can be trusted in other ways. They can't be trusted. They're just playing you emotionally in order to lie and set you up later for the lie. They set you up with these wedge issues to endear themselves to you, to emotionally form a connection with you, only to lie to you later about real shit that matters. Okay, so that's the game. That's the game, and it's not just politicians that do it. Other people do it too. And it's not just news reporters or cable media that do it. Other people do it too, okay? But I just want you to focus and know you got to look out for it. They lie. They tell the truth about small things, big things they lie totally about. Kevin said it straight. They lied to him about Bernie Sanders in 2016. They made it about superficial shit like how loud he talks. They made it about stupid shit like he points. Did you hear this shit? They'd spend more time talking about Bernie Sanders. Oh, my God. I wrote the damn bill. Look at the way he waves his finger. Who gives a shit? I mean, seriously, who cares about someone's finger waving? Amy Klobuchar was a prosecutor for almost a dozen years. She never prosecuted a single cop shooting. Never once even arrested a cop or charged him with anything the entire time she was a prosecutor. Not one charge. And there were at least a dozen cop-related murders or shootings in Minnesota. She didn't charge a single cop. You have never heard that be an issue on that debate stage. Not a single time has that been brought up, has ever been addressed. Now, it's not like Amy Klobuchar is pulling in or raking in the votes or anything, but they tried their best to push her through the door of acceptability on you, didn't she? But they spent more time talking about Bernie Sanders' fingers doing like this than Amy Klobuchar and her horrible, abysmal, disgusting record. But that's the trick. That's the game. So yes, we are divided. We have to become united, and we have to do so around core things that unite us, like economics. Everybody wants a decent living. Everybody wants to retire. Everybody wants to be able to go to the doctor when they're sick. Everybody wants to be able to take care of the baby, the new baby they brought home. They want to be able to spend some time with their child. Like, these are things that everybody wants. Everybody wants clean water. Okay, so we want to focus on the things that we all can agree on, while we got this other toxic lie crap in our heads. Let's not talk about that right now. Let's talk about the things we can work on. That's what I see. I don't see Bernie avoiding these issues. I see that Bernie's smart enough to know, let's talk about the stuff that we can agree, that we don't need to have long conversations about. We all agree grandma should be able to afford her medication. Let's fix that part. Let's fix that part, people. Let's fix that. There ain't no thought. There should be a conversation, deep conversation about that. Okay? The water should be drinkable, and sewage should go in a pipe, not in people's yards. We got people living like third world countries in America. We got people living in tents with kids. They come get the dogs and leave the people and leave the kids in the tent. You understand what I'm saying? They come get the dog and they leave the people in the elements. This is your country. Your son wanted to go to college. He couldn't afford to go to college. He didn't have no job opportunities where he lived at, so he went into the armed services only to be sent to Afghanistan or Iraq and to come back with PTSD. And what do they do with him? They put him on a waiting list to go to the doctor. And then when he becomes hooked on a drug because he's trying to self-medicate himself, he's on the street, homeless. What do they got for him? Nothing. Let's change that. All right. I'm going to go to the next call, man. Thank you guys for hanging in here. I just got on one for a minute. 501, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey, Tim, it's Sean from Arkansas. Thanks for taking my call.
Talk to me, brother. How you doing?
Man, you are on fire tonight. I'm a little scared. That monologue was really, really good.
Thanks, brother.
Really good stuff. And agree with you on a bunch of it. Look, man, I talk a lot of shit about the truth. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I talk a lot of shit about the truth. Man, I take that to heart for myself, too. And there's been some miscommunication going on. I want to try to clear it up if I can. Because what I found is that what I'm afraid might happen, I don't ever say I'm afraid. I'm afraid of this, because who wants to say they're afraid of any fucking thing? So I say, instead of saying I'm afraid this is going to happen, I say I think it's going to happen. But then it comes across like I want it to happen. And so, you can see how when you go from what you're afraid is going to happen, people think that's what you want to happen. That's not going to work. And so what I mean by that, my friend, is after 2016, I feel like it's like Charlie Brown in the football. I feel like that Bernie's just gonna get cheated again. He's gonna pull the football out again.
What do you want to do about it, Sean?
That's what I'm
Sean,
afraid.
it's just you keep
Say
every
it
time,
again?
Sean. Every time you call or every time you make a super chat, you say the same thing. What do you
Yes.
think the solution is,
That's
brother?
right.
What's the solution, brother?
Okay, so that's a fair enough question. That's a fair enough question. I keep repeating it because I am definitely afraid of it. The solution, I'm afraid, is dramatic, and that is to say that until the corruption of the DNC is addressed, this will always be a problem. Now, I hope I'm wrong. Let's get to the nomination. If I prove myself wrong, I'm going to call him, apologize to everybody for saying it over and over again and being wrong. But I want to say it because I think it's true, and I think until the corruption, which is the core problem, is addressed, we can't expect anything but more fucking corruption. So what do we need to do? We need to address it. Either they blow them up and burn it down and start over with something more progressive, more modern, and less corrupt, or weed out the corruption. And I also think my girl Tulsi is ahead of the game on this too. And I heard you say this last week, man, that you know that people hate you when you're more than one step ahead of the game. So don't be fucking more than one step ahead of the game. This is definitely more than one step ahead of the game. And I'm sorry it comes across so harshly, but that's where I'm at, man. It's all. I'll leave it there, my friend.
All right, Sean. Thank you for the phone call, man. It's not that. It's just that it's just like the same. You keep saying the same thing every time we talk. It's the same thing. It's like, well, you know, they cheated Bernie, so what do we do? It's like I hated this. The same progressive used to do this shit all the time. What is there's no solutions. Like, election integrity is an issue. I don't know anybody who doesn't think that election integrity is an issue. But I don't know where I know that I have family members who I can't just be like, fuck it. Just because Bernie got cheated in 2016. I just can't be like, okay, we don't, you know, Debbie Lusignan had a trust fund. She was fine. Like, I don't have a trust fund, neither do my kids, neither do my parents, neither does my dad, who's damn near 70, still working because he can't afford his medication. What would you have me do, sir? So we have to work. My thing is we have to make it not even close when it can be stolen. That's something. It may not be the perfect solution, but it is something. And people love to keep saying, Bernie, my girl, Bernie, Tulsi, my girl. Tulsi Gabbard is polling at 1% with black voters. She will not be your president. I hate to say it, it's just the fact of the matter. When I tried my best to reach out to that campaign, they made it clear to me that they were not interested in trying to even get, even be entertaining going after the black vote. If you will not go after the black vote, you will not fucking win. And I don't know why I think it's unconscionable to take money from people if you will not do any of the things necessary to secure the nomination. That's how I feel. You can't poll less than Amy Klobuchar and Pete Buttigieg with black voters and say that you're a serious candidate. I'm sorry, guys. That's how I feel. I said it. It's the truth. I believe it. I stand by it. Prove me wrong on paper. I think it's wrong to take money from voters when you will not extend a proper strategy to attract the type of voters that will enable you to win the nomination. There it is. So that's how I feel about that. But I'm not like there's other things to do besides be president. Pardon me, but she got 20 years, at least. She may have 30 years. So for real, almost 40. She got 40 years to be president. So it's like this ongoing thing. So, but no, brother, like, there's election issues, yeah. But it's like it gets to the point where some people who are on election integrity tip is just like, let's not do anything. I don't understand. If you say, he's going to get cheated again, so what do we do? What you going to do about it? I don't know what you want me to do about it. What are you going to do about it? What are all the people who say Bernie's going to be cheated again, it's all a waste of time, he's sheepdogging us to the back to the Democrats, all the people that say that, what's your solution? Now go work on that. Go do that shit. Go do that thing that you think needs to be done. Go do that. I'm not disagreeing with you that there's work to be done. Go do that. But what I don't like is that they come into my arena constantly telling me, hey, I see you working your ass off. Hey, it's for nothing. And then I push back and they go, you don't want to accept reality that what you're doing is pointless. You don't sound like a person who has a 70-year-old father who can't afford his medication. You sound like a person who can just do nothing. Or you, instead of telling me, you telling me that we need to fix our election system, is not doing something. That's just you telling me that. So that is frustrating as fuck. Okay? That is frustrating to me because I get up every day and work on this shit. I get up every day and try to wake up people. Every day of my life, that's what I do. And I got these people who think that, who Sean, like you say, Sean, who mean well, telling me it's pointless. Wouldn't that be a little like, what if you did something every day? And every day there'd be somebody showing up going, what you're doing, you know what you're doing is pointless, right? You know that's pointless, right? Hey, that's for nothing. You know that, right? Yeah, I see you put in a 20-hour day. That's for nothing, dude. How would you feel about that? What would be your response to that? I don't think it would be positive. I dare say it would be more scary than my response. So anyway, that's where I'm on that, man. But election integrity, folks, work on that shit. I supported the DNC fraud lawsuit. Do you know, like, there are things that I supported that. I'm with you. But I'm only, what you want me to do? You know? I don't know. All right, I'm going to go next call. I don't mean to monopolize the time, guys. But let's you know. All right, next call. Jesus. I could keep talking and talking, and then people like, Tim, I had a comment, can I get my comment? 559, you're live with Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
No, Brother Tim, this is Brother Eric. Don't even worry about it. This is important stuff, and it gets old, it gets frustrating. And as a matter of fact, I want to extend a lot about what you said. There's a lot of what you said was very important, and I agree with it. Because here's the thing, it actually, guys like that, I'm around a lot of guys like that, whether it's in California or whether it's here where I'm at now in Minnesota. It's really indicative of just where we're at, and as far as we've been fed a bill of goods for the last 20 or 30 years. In fact, it's funny you mentioned that this was engineered. Yes, it was engineered. Notice everybody's doing a rebranding. And now instead of the same people that caused the shit are trying to act like the saviors. In fact, people are so goddamn confused, they don't even know where the fuck to start. And a guy like him is a classic case. No shit, Sherlock. You want me to give you a medal? You want me to give you a cookie? No shit. So now what do we do? But see, it's an indication. You don't know what to do. All you know how to do is run your mouth. Because how did we change shit in the past? Popular movements, mass movements, communicating with each other. Because here's the one thing that people always forget. With the civil rights movement, with the labor movement, those people knew each other in real life. They knew each other. Their kids played together, probably went to the same schools together, did business with each other. That's why they were willing to bail each other out. That's why they were willing to die for each other, because that's being part of a movement. Clicking is not being part of a movement. Going on, and I mean, it feels great. It feels damn good. Oh, yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to click. I'm going to do this. And I'm a part of something. You aren't a part of shit. At the end of the day, if you don't know who the fuck it is you're rolling with, you need to do that. Because if there's one thing that I like about what Bernie's doing right now, is there's two things he's doing. He's fighting the war on his front, and then it's up to us to fight it on ours. And what I mean by that is he's doing the global thing. Because here's everybody asks for money. The NC asks for money. Candidates ask for money. Oh yeah, but see, a lot of it is just give us your $3 and then just shut up.
Yeah.
But see, I get text messages from the different groups that are associated with him saying, hey, let's meet at this particular place and go over a couple of things. Let's meet at this particular place and go over. Where is that shit? Yeah. If there is one thing that just really pisses me off about me, because he mentioned Tulsi, I wasn't going to talk about it, but you know what? Fuck it. Because they need to know. This is a lesson, children. where I'm so disappointed with people like her, especially Yang, especially her, is that there's a big void that nobody's talking about. What's that big void?
90
big void
seconds.
Is, hey, we used to be the party, the Democrats used to be the party of having fun. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Remember that? I wasn't even alive around then. But I mean, you see it through TV. You see it through like the YouTube now. They got the old videos. You see it through books that have little, not only just the pictures in it, but the words in it. And it describes what it was about. And then all that shit changed. When who took over? You call them the neoliberals, but the
60 seconds.
Kind of took over and nudged everybody out because what? Everybody was basically asleep at the wheel. And it's the shit's going to stop to answer his question because it just kind of irked the shit out of me. It stops when you want it to. It stops when you start doing more than just running your mouth. People have to know. They have to know. Me and my dad, we always joke, if they had to rely on us for their livelihood, they'd go broke. Because all we do is the bare necessities, the bare basics. That's it. We just, hey, and we're content as hell about that. But at the end of the day, what we need to start taking shit like that back. Patriotism. Wouldn't it be great? But think about how good life will be if you don't have to worry about health care. Maybe you'll have more sex. There's a lot of statistics that show about that.
10 seconds.
Maybe people will buy houses. Maybe people will consume more. Think about how your life is going to be when you don't have to worry about that. How about having a job that's not precarious? What would your life right now? I mean, I'll just ask you, Tim Black. What would your life right now be like if you didn't have to worry about health care and if you didn't have to worry about a steady job? I mean, that's kind of a rhetorical question, but you might end up going into business. But see, you can't do that when you're at a job, let's say, where you have to have health care and you're tied to it because, damn it, if I lose that, I lose everything, basically. Now I'm kind of stuck, and it's pretty goddamn awful to be without that kind of stuff. How about a job that actually does pay the bills? Think about stuff like that. That's what I've been at least telling people, because I've run across tons of guys like him, and because the other thing that people like him bring up is that, well, you can't depend on the government. Oh, yeah, you know what? You're right. You can't depend on the government. Well, who the fuck do you think you are? What, Boeing, Lockheed, Northrop Grumman? Those guys, like they depend on the government. See, the funny thing is, we've been fed a bill of goods, and it goes to what you were saying. We're conditioned right now to think government is not the solution, and that's bullshit. That is a lie.
Right.
Government works, and the people that say that are the very same ones that beg for bailouts. They beg for contracts. Those are our tax dollars that Lockheed Martin's getting. Our tax dollars are paying their fucking salaries. The shit that's going boom that they're using in the Middle East, that they're making and shipping off to Saudi Arabia, those are our tax dollars, god damn it. So, hey man, that's bullshit. You can depend on government. That's what the government is supposed to be for guys like you and me. It's not just supposed to be for people like that, but see, we've let them do that. And once we stop saying, you know what, I don't even care that you're X, Y, and Z. Because you know what? We're both in the same fucking boat. And as a matter of fact, statistically, there was a statistic in the Financial Times last week that said 44% of Americans making less than $18,000 a year. Holy shit, right? I mean, that kind of says it all. I mean, what the hell does $18,000 get you?
Not a lot, brother.
So I mean, hey, exactly. So let's we can get back to that shit later on. We can get back to a whole lot of other shit later on. But you know what? Right now, there's a big thing going because you see business speak and business culture seeping into everything. What do you hear a lot? Optimization, right? I even heard somebody say the sexual marketplace for fucking relationships. Whoa. I mean, that blew my fucking mind. Because you got to ask yourself. Now, it's not that doesn't have a complete, I'm not saying we need to totally 100% get rid of it, but my God, that shouldn't be leading a conversation as to, oh, well, we have to have optimization. We have to have this. This is a whole lot of business speak, and it's bullshit. Because, again, that's what it's not a one-size-fits-all deal, people. So, anyhow, this is the kind of stuff, this is why I call in, this is why I listen. There's only 3 other people I listen to. You're one of them. There's only 2 others. You don't get this kind of stuff just anywhere. You're one of the only shows that you can actually get this kind of stuff, get this kind of information and dialogue, and I appreciate the hell out of you, man. Keep up the good work, and it is doing something. It is doing something because, God damn it, this needs to be said. The stuff that you're saying isn't said. I mean, I'll just name names. Kyle Kalinske? No. Jimmy Dore? No. Nico House? No. Listen, you go down the roll. No. The only other ones are Brother Ron, We All Be, and then Wilmer Leon. That's it.
Wow.
And Tim Black.
Wow, brother.
So there it is.
Well, thank you, Eric. I appreciate it, man. I got to keep it moving, man, because these people are waiting. But, man, I appreciate your phone calls. I always do, man. I just want to say now here goes two things I want to say in response to you, Eric. One is people just assume that everything's okay with me. I got a life, too. It ain't so good. I work 15, 16, 20 hours a day, killing it, right? Busting my ass. My wife lost her job. We don't even have health coverage right now. And we have kids. People just assume everything's okay, everything's fine. So you never know what people are going through. My wife been on the same job for 9 years. One day they just called in and said, we're letting you go. Oh, it's nothing you did. We're letting another 15 other people go too. So, and your medical coverage is gone at the end of the month. This is December 12th or something. By the end of the year, at the end of the month, your insurance is gone. That's it. So this happens to people. I ain't unique, but I just want you to know that people don't think about the fact that this shit is real. Oh, well, why did Tim call out this person for them shitting on Bernie? Well, maybe I want Bernie really to win so I can have health coverage for my family, dude. Maybe that's one reason. Maybe Tim has a vested interest in this shit working out. Maybe he really believes in it. Maybe this is important. Maybe it really is a situation. I mean, I'm not getting any younger, but neither is my wife. Maybe it's important. People don't even consider for a second that you could actually be serious about this shit and it actually be impacting your life. So that's one thing. The other thing is this. What was it? That was one thing. Oh, the other thing is Sean, the guy who called up, he's a great fucking guy. Like, I disagree with him on this stuff, but you know what Sean did for me? He remade my whole freaking website for free. Hours and hours of work of shit I could never afford to hire someone to do. Sean contacted me and said, Tim, I love what you do, man. Let me rebuild your website for you. He did all that great shit on my website for free. So it's not, white or black. It's not binary. People are a lot of different things, and there are a lot of different types of ways. He doesn't even want credit like that. He probably doesn't even want me to say this, but I just want to show the incongruence, the fact that shit is murky. It's flimsy, and people are not just one way. There are different ways, and and Tim looks great. He got on a nice jacket. He doesn't have health care. And Sean called up, and he keeps sounding like a broken record on this damn, the Democrats are so corrupt, fuck them thing. But meanwhile, he'll rebuild a website for you to the tune of thousands of dollars and won't charge you a dime. Won't even say, hey, you got to promote it for me. You got to put my name on it. You got to promote me. Nothing. And I just want you to know that it's a beautiful mix of all these things that are going on right as we speak. Like all of this is happening in real time in real people's lives. So I don't want everybody to just dump on Sean. Sean's my guy, man. I just disagree with him vehemently about some things. And obviously he disagrees with me about some things. But here's the other thing. Here's the last piece, guys, and I'm going to go to the phones. When people are talking about our elections and talking about the Democrats the way they're talking, there's nothing wrong with them. And understand what I'm saying. Their brain has been tampered with. Their sensibilities have been tampered with by this corrupt system. They have seen, people have different reactions to situations. It's not their fault that they feel that way, that Sean feels that way about the Democrats or about this system. He should feel that way. It's very natural. However he feels is a reason for feeling that way. There's no such thing as a wrong feeling. My thing is what we gonna do though? What we gonna do, bro? You know what I'm trying to do. This is my way of working it out. But I don't want to just say that these people are wrong, they feel this way. It's a valid reason. It's valid to be like, yo, what's up with this election shit? Like, there's nothing wrong with feeling that way because it's valid. It's very valid. I mean, look at all of the people that were pushed off the voting rolls in New York and in California. Look at the long waiting lines wrapping around buildings in the heat, the elements, or whatever. Look at this shit. That's not the way it's supposed to be. Look at the broken voting booths. All that stuff is wrong. Like, to them, it's like, you guys are just going to pretend this is normal? You're walking in and people are driving with their feet. And you're like, you people know that people are driving their cars with their feet? You guys are acting like that's normal. That's not right. So, so what I'm saying is, the people that point out these issues, similar to the people that watch CNN and they're getting hoodwinked or whatever, it's not their fault they're getting hoodwinked. But once they realize they're being hoodwinked, it's their fault if they allow it to continue. So we are all thrust into this situation, and it's going to be different ways that we react. Some people put their head in the sand. Some people point at this shit, and some people do some stuff. And really, all of it is right and all of it is wrong in some way, depending on who you are and what vantage point you're looking at. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I feel about it. I'm going to go to the next call. I appreciate you guys. I love you. Don't worry about me. I'm doing well. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. Damn it, we're going to make it. Okay? I love y'all. I ain't tell y'all my business for y'all to be worried. I can feel it. But I'm telling you because I want you to know this is other people's story too. This is a story of many people. Many of us. We're in this not just to be in it. We're not just doing this to do it because Bernie's cool. I mean, if you listen to them, it's because it's the code of personality, and we just love Bernie so much. He's our savior, and we just like him so much. It's policies, you dumbasses. Policy. Next call. 978, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hi, Tim. It's Rebecca Lane calling from
Rebecca.
Michigan. How are you?
I'm good. I'm better now. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. It's been quite the show, and I think I just want to tell you, you've been spitting hot fire for the last several shows in particular. I've had many laughs, and you're just reading my mind. We've been talking about it on Facebook. Anyway, a couple of things I just wanted to put out there, maybe keep it a little bit light, if I can. The Democrats, when you were saying how, they're so corrupt, they don't give a shit about us, they don't respect us enough to pretend anymore. Do you remember that movie Count of Monte Cristo with Jim Caviezel and Guy Pearce? And remember when Guy Pearce's wife finally catches him cheating, and now he's like, good, fuck you, bitch, now I don't have to pretend anymore, basically, and he just flaunts it in her face, and the worst part about it is, like, he stole and lied and killed to sort of get her to be the wife. Isn't that kind of how the Democrats are with us? Like, they cheat to get us, and they're evil, but then they're like, fuck you, we don't need you, but they kind of do. Sucks. Anyway, I also wanted to say that the ugliness of Klobuchar's record on prosecuting cops is only outdone by her smug, self-satisfied smirk every single time she thinks she nailed it, which is just awful. The face she makes, right? Oh, she's awful. But let me see. There's another congressman. I just found this out, and I'm sorry that I didn't write his name down. Well, he might be a senator. I don't know. But he's one of our lawmakers, and he's not paying dues to the DNC either.
Wow.
And they're not calling him on it because he is this big, dino, fake Democrat, bullshit, caucusing with the Republicans all the time guy. I really wish I could remember his name, but they don't say shit. Crickets. Like, it doesn't even exist. It's not even happening. And this guy hasn't paid dues, and anyway, it's a whole thing. So they're just the worst hypocrites ever, which we already knew. I also wanted to say that I read this big article about Bernie Sanders and his, big personal history, which is, kind of hard to get at because he keeps it close to the vest, which he should. Focuses on the issues. I love that. And, when he was in his early days, he was broke and struggling and couldn't keep a steady job or, just didn't have a steady paycheck. He was living on a dirt floor at one point when they inherited that little property up north, and it was like a sugar shack that they decided to live in, and it is dirt floor. And he did that in order to be this big, organizer and being progressive back when it was like so kooky and nobody else was progressive. And, this was way before he was mayor. And that's how dedicated he was, when he started making films that were all about progressive ideas and historical accuracy. And he was taking around to all these like schools and places where he could, show it. And, you could rent it for $2 or buy it for $20 kind of thing. And, that's how hard, he's been fighting. And the really cool thing is he was like 40 years old by the time he was elected to mayor. He'd already failed at like 10 things, including other elections and all this stuff. And it's like, it makes me feel really good. Like I'm in my mid 40s, I just had a birthday and a very sexy, sassy 46. And sometimes I feel like, maybe I, could have had a higher ceiling. I don't always feel that great about myself or where I'm at. And, I think about, like he was a middle-aged man with a child and possibly a failed marriage by that point. And look how he turned it around. This motherfucker's going to be president, and it's wow. So doesn't that give you hope? Doesn't that make you feel like you can, turn your life around and like really, I don't know. It's never too late, man. It's all about positive thinking, and it's nice that Sean was able to do that for you that way. He could, that's how he's contributing to the revolution. It'd be nice if he would stop saying, we're going to get cheated again, because words have power. So maybe less of that. But, he's contributing too. And, we're all involved together. And I think that's really important. I am going to try to keep it brief. But, screw the Democrats if they don't, if they're like clutching their pearls and being all like, oh, my God, you like, what's his name, Joe Rogan? Oh, how dare you? First of all, bitch, you're not on our team anyway. So why do you care? You're the one that's all like, no, I'm not even going there. That's so ridiculous to me, the way they're just like, the hypocrisy is killing me, sir. It's absolutely killing me. Anyway, I wanted to let you guys know that I am going to an event on Thursday. I have convinced 3 other people to go with me. Hey. It is a Bernie Sanders barnstorming event to like get educated on, all the stuff you're supposed to do so that we can knock doors and make texting and make calls. So that's super exciting. And I'm almost done. Bill Maher, I hate watched it just like before I waited for the show to come on. So I was like, I'm going to hate watch this and see what's up. And he's such a jackass, but he did totally skewer the Democrats tonight, like called them out on so much shit, which was really nice to hear anybody say it. And, talking about how it's such bullshit that the Republicans can win by 0.5%, when they win a whole election, but Democrats, oh no, we have to win by a landslide. We have to win by 10 to 25 points in order for it to be valid, and I think that was a good point that he made. And he called out Hillary Clinton too, and, for her bullshit that, which, don't get me wrong, he totally enjoyed reading all the shitty things that she said about Bernie, but then like invited the panel to like turn it around on her. That was pretty cool. Yeah, I guess that's about it. Then he shit on progressives and plugged Klobuchar again. Like, I swear to God, he's got this weird granny fetish for her. It's the craziest thing. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for the comments, your great work, and everything. I brought your shirt, so we need a Revolution Johnson. I can't wait for my shirt in the mail.
You know it, Rebecca. Thank you, Johnson.
It was my pleasure, Johnson. Have a good night.
You too. Wow, great call, Rebecca. I was wondering if Bill Maher said anything about Joe Rogan, because he was just on the Joe Rogan show, and now they're talking crap. Bill Maher goes on it, no one says anything. Cornel West was on it. Next call. Let me get these calls. Let me get people on the 352, you're live, Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey, it's Mitchell from Florida again.
Hey, Mitchell, what's up, man?
Hey, I just wanted to kind of inspire people a little bit. Like, I know we get down sometimes. We're afraid the DNC is going to screw us again, and of course they're going to try. But there is so much we can do for Bernie, and it's not just traditional things. Like, yes, we can go and canvass, we can knock on doors, we can call, but we can donate. We can go to a shop, which is where you donate and you get to advertise for him. Like if you buy a hat or mittens or something or a yard sign, you're advertising for him. True. And you're helping his campaign by giving him money. So there's things like that that are traditional, but there are so many other things we can do for him. If you're a writer, you can write op-eds in progressive media like commondreams.org or something.
True.
You know, get out there and write. We need people that are good writers. If you're an artist, you know, do some art for Bernie. There are so many like kava shops and coffee shops and stuff that they're super progressive. There are a ton of them around here in Florida, and they will take your art for free and put it on their wall.
Wow.
And people can go, oh yeah, you know what? I kind of like that Bernie guy. And then they start talking to other people at the kava shop about politics. Or you can give it to your friend who's not that into politics but kind of likes Bernie. You know, every time they see that on their wall, they're going to go, oh yeah, I should probably register to vote. So you can do art for Bernie. You can write for Bernie. You can do art. I'm going to, this is kind of silly, but me and my friends, we don't really like sports. So Super Bowl weekend, I'm going to have something called a Gecko Bowl. It's where I have my pet leopard geckos. I'm going to put them in a little inflatable football stadium and let them kind of roam around, and we're all going to just eat, drink, you know, have a good laugh. And when the party starts to die down, I'm going to talk to my friends about Bernie. I'm going to talk about politics. I'm going to ask. And you don't have to be aggressive. Like if people don't share the same beliefs or don't have the same candidates that they like, you don't have to be aggressive. Just like, oh, okay, what do you like about your candidate? And there are plenty of things that we can all like about everybody. Like, I don't like Joe Biden, but I can be like, okay, yeah, he can be kind of funny sometimes. He can be kind of down to earth. I can see why you like him, you know? And if you open up that way, if you listen to people, treat them with respect, so instead of going, why would you like this candidate? They'll be open to listening to you, and they'll be open to listening to your message about Bernie. I told you already in the past that I got my Republican friend on board with Bernie. She wants the health care. She believes everybody deserves health care. So as long as you treat people with respect, just talk to your friends and family, and you can get them on board. There's so much we can do. And lastly, the best thing you can do to help Bernie is help independent media like Tim Black, because he's out there every Friday, well, every day, but every Friday he gives us a voice when we don't usually have a voice in this very unequal society. So he gives us a voice. He doesn't BS us. You know, of course he says his biases, but he gives you the information plain and simple. And you really changed minds, Tim. So I know we don't all have $27. We probably gave our last $2.70 to Bernie or whoever. Right. But if everybody in the chat could give 27 cents to Tim in solidarity, because it's not about Tim, it's not about Tulsi or Bernie, it's not about you, and it's definitely not about me. It's about us. And we're all progressive, we're all a community, and we're all Johnson. So thanks, Tim.
Damn, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. It's Mitchell, that's pretty damn cool of you, man. Thanks, Johnson. Yeah, man. I'm going to be quiet, just go to these calls and try to get everybody in while we have time. Because you know how the phone lines are crazy. 252, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment? I'm sorry. That's not 252. I'm sorry. That was 352. Okay. 252. There we go. Here you go, 252. You're live now. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hi, this is Kira from Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm great.
Talk to me.
I wanted to touch on two things, and you know, I appreciate you giving us this platform to be able to voice our opinions, because this is what the pundits on mainstream media they miss. They miss the real soul of how the voters feel about what's going on in politics. And that's why I don't trust them. I haven't trusted them for a long time. But I want to talk about the whole independents don't have a place in the Democratic Party nonsense that continues to spread and be touted. It was touted by Hillary Clinton, and it's touted by people on the quote-unquote liberal side who say that independents don't have a place, even though independents caucus with Democrats in every election. You know what I'm saying? It's either one way or the other. It's Republican or Democrat. I feel like if Bernie Sanders caucuses and votes on pretty much every Democratic legislation, why can't he proudly be on the Democratic ticket to be the nominee? It's really bullshit. And I feel I take it personally because I am a lifetime independent. I've always been an independent. I registered from the very first election that I voted in as an independent because I really did not like how particularly African Americans are treated in the Democratic Party. We are the most loyal Democratic base, and we get nothing. They come to our churches, they come to our barbershops, they come to our areas when it's time to vote, and then you never see their asses again. They don't do anything. They don't make any changes. Racist shit keeps going on. The banks literally took 53% of the black wealth in the 2008 housing crisis. Nothing was done. Obama bails out the banks, and nobody goes to jail. It's ridiculous. And then, playing on one of your callers, the one from Ohio, when he said he watches Roland Martin. I watched Roland Martin literally right before your live stream came on. And why I did that, I don't know. It put me in such a bad mood. It didn't make any sense. The commentary was ridiculous. It was the commentary about, what Hillary said and how people feel. Now, anybody who watches Roland Martin knows that he interrupts if he feels like you giving out bad information. He interrupts you. He literally let this uninformed idiot on his show, and I hate to call other black women idiots, I really do, but she was so nasty towards Bernie Sanders. Said Bernie Sanders is the one out here, he's attacking everybody, he's a sexist, he's a misogynist, he don't care about black issues. It was so classless and tacky for somebody to be a part of the media and be so biased. It just didn't make any logical sense. It just seems like Roland Martin's show has become more of the elite versus regular black people. And I like to watch it because sometimes, he does provide historical context for how one thing leads to another and how it affects our lives now. I have read so many books based on his recommendations, and I really, really enjoy that content. But when you sit here and you downplay how black females support Bernie Sanders and his proposals, and you just tout, Bernie Sanders, he ain't gonna win. He's not good. He don't support reparations. We're not checking for him. And I'm just like, that's so disingenuous when you literally have this battle going on, particularly in the Carolinas, with black support. That's really the only thing that's holding Joe Biden up right now. And it really makes me angry because I have family, I have a huge family affected by the 1994 crime bill. And it really makes me mad that these elite people who know what this bill in particular did to the African American community, for them to sit on their asses and really push this man down our throats like we're crazy for not wanting to support him. We did Kamala the same way. We did Corey the same way. I don't understand why they feel like we're supposed to just all get in line and get behind Joe Biden when he has showed time and time again that he don't give a damn about us. That's all I had to say.
Wow.
I'm not going to take up too much time. I just wanted to hear your commentary on that.
Wow. Thank you, Kara. Wow. Amazing. I don't want to talk too much because, I talked a lot tonight, and the phone lines last Friday, they went out on me, and there were people who still left over from then trying to get in and talk. I'll just say this. I agree with you 100% about the rhetoric. I'll be the first one to give props to Roland Martin on his historical accuracy. Roland Martin's been in the business for 30 years, at least, okay? So he knows a lot about journalism and a lot about lawmaking, a lot about the issues from the rooter to the tutor. We're going to keep it real, 100. The problem is he is so compromised. He's a very compromised individual. So when any commentary that he gives is colored with elitism and corporate Democrat and neoliberal policy and butt kissing of the centrist, it's ridiculous. So I say to people that I stand by this. I'm the most watched, most viewed black independent media in the country. It may be the world, Johnson, but at least in the country. Sometimes people say, what about Roland Martin? I say Roland Martin don't count. Roland Martin is a former CNN lapdog, and he would like to have that job back. He can't. So if your whole objective is to get back in the mainstream corporate media, then you're not independent. And if you came from corporate media, you're not independent, in my opinion. That's why they had him on The View or something they've had him on recently, like not too long ago, because he's a corporate. But anyway, back to the phone calls, man. Kira, thank you for your opinion. I appreciate it. Shoving Joe Biden down our throats. Get the heck. Yeah, they are. And you're right, and we're rejecting him soundly. Next call, 267. 267, you're live, Freedom Friday. Hey, how you doing? Hey.
Hey, Team Black, it's Louis from Philly.
Louis, what's up, man?
You're here, man.
Hey, talk to
How
me.
much? Well, I always do my thing. Sorry I cannot call, like every Friday, but it's like, I work a lot, and sometimes, I got to go home early. Here it's 2 in the morning right now. I mean, it's 1 in the morning. Hey, listen, I just want to say, again, we're going to win. It's going to be a blowout. So for all those people who are a little bit, that think that we cannot win or like they down, calm down. But we got to keep fighting. Like, we got to keep moving forward. Like, we cannot stop. I even would say that I'm going to drag the people I know from, I'm going to grab them from their hair and, like an ass whipping, and I'm going to take them to the polls and make sure that they vote for Bernie Sanders. so and those people are like that. They know me. They know that I mean what I say. So they will do what they got to do. So, I always talk to people here, and I don't want to take a lot of time. But I always talk to a lot of people. I try to take at least 2 or 3 people to sign them up at least a day, every day. At least 1, 2, or 3. That's my goal every day. Wow. So a lot of times you're gonna find people that say like none of those things are possible. Sometimes you got to move on of those people because they're so set up on their minds. But there's other people like. Steve Jobs once says that nobody knows what they want until they see it.
There you go.
And sometimes when especially for old people, I'm gonna tell you something because I talk to a lot of old African Americans here. Sometimes when you tell them like who you like, they say Joe Biden. You tell them why, and they don't know.
Right.
It's just like he was Obama's VP. And then you ask them like, so but what would you like for you? And sometimes they don't know because they just being, basically sitting in whatever situation for such a long time that they have forgotten how to dream of a better place in life. And so when that happens, what I do is like, I would say stuff like, you know who I like? I don't even argue about Joe Biden. I just tell like, you know who I like? I like Bernie Sanders because right now I'm paying $200 every week for my daughter's daycare. And he's gonna get rid of that, and for me, that's really important. I also have my mother-in-law that live with me and just get like $300, $200 something from Social Security. And if Bernie Sanders is elected president, she's gonna get at least something that she can live on her own, because he's gonna raise the benefits for Social Security, and so. You know what happened? Those people, like when we talk to people, they understand our struggle. And if that is struggle, they see it like that struggle is also going to benefit them. They will come to your side. And the third thing that I do is like I always tell them this. You see the media, every single person that you see on TV or listen on the radio, that's mostly how they get their information. Those are millionaires. I'm not a millionaire. I don't have the reason why I want you to have more is because you can pay me. I drive a cab. If you got more money, you can at least give me a tip. Right now, you cannot tip me because unfortunately you broke. So, but those millionaires, they know that if Bernie Sanders is elected president, the way that he's gonna pay for all this stuff is gonna come out of their paychecks, and they don't want that. So they will never tell you the truth. When someone says that money don't change them, in Spanish we say, that's because they have never had money. Yeah. Money change your mind. So even when you see that person that was good to you or that looks like you, if they got money, trust me, their values change completely. You cannot trust them because now they're on another position. So and so to not go on a rant on that. And most of the time, like those people, they would agree with you. They would they would be like, oh yeah. And once they break that ubiquitous cord out of the fact that they don't believe, and that's what Trump did really well. He broke the ubiquitous cord of the Republicans to the media. So he makes them not to believe what they said. And I'm not trying to make that, but I'm trying to make them question that their purpose is literally to make sure that Bernie Sanders don't get in office because they're going to have to pay more money for us. And so I don't want to go, for a long time like last time. But that was all, But we're going to win. We're going to win. I would say that we're going to win Iowa 55.
And New Hampshire.
55%. New Hampshire, we're going to win 60 or more. Nevada, at least 55. And we're going to give an ass whip on South Carolina with 52% over Joe Biden.
Wow.
And you see, we're working on that. We're going to get that.
My brother. Thank you, Lewis.
Right.
Thank you, brother. Man,
Thank you.
You got it, man. Lewis, man, I want you to know, man, that was an excellent phone call. Especially how you laid out the manner in which you talk to prospective voters, or the way that you spread the message, man. You're like an evangelist. You're a preacher, brother, for actually changing people's opinions. I like the way that you don't even address their shit. Like, you don't even address it. Oh, you like Joe Biden? Oh, okay, cool. I like Bernie. Let me tell you why. Excellent. You say something because he wants to, because my grandmother, she can't afford her medication, and Bernie has his healthcare plan. It's going to lower the cost of our pharmaceuticals, man, her medication, so she can afford them. Why you like Biden? Their answer will probably be because Obama. He was. Oh, for real? That's all. Well, check. Also, another reason why I like Bernie? Because, schools, man, like my cousin, my nephew. We can't afford to send him to college or trade school. But Bernie's trying to make it so that the trade schools are free. Remember back in the day we had trades in high school? They don't have that anymore. So we need trade schools for kids who don't want to go to college, who don't have the grades necessarily go to college with a scholarship. Bernie's got a plan for that. He's got an actual legislation for that. So my cousin, my nephew needs that. What else did you like about Biden besides Obama? He was Obama's VP. They probably won't have anything else because Biden doesn't have any policies. Because he sold these jokes one time. So they're going to hear themselves say things that don't make sense. And that's when you come back with more positive. And I think that's great, man. Lewis, man, great job, man. You need a job. You need a job doing this because you're excellent. Shout out to Lewis, man. 774, you're live with Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Yo, it's Ryan from Massachusetts.
Ryan. Hey, Ryan. What's up, man?
Not much. You might remember as a guy who had a friend with Trump's face on his car.
I do remember that. I do remember that, man. Yeah.
I threw a couple of bucks last Freedom Friday with a garter snake. Found that out to be my state's reptile. Because of course, Warren had to try to replace that snake.
She did, brother.
So I'm going to be honest. I'm going to start this off with Joe Biden because I found out something from one of my mother's friends. Apparently, her son, who's in high school, is getting text messages from Joe Biden's campaign, asking for donations. This kid's not even of voting age. I was just like, okay. I have no idea. And apparently this has been going on for a while because originally it was donate $5,000 so we can bite Trump. Now it's donate $10,000 to beat Trump. I wish I was joking. But I'm not kidding. This is an actual story I was being told.
Wow. That's against campaign finance laws. The cap is $2,800.
I don't know how that. Yeah, I was like, I want to talk to this kid just to get the full story or the context of how this came to be.
Right.
Because it's just out of the blue. Because I'm like, how is a kid getting texts about donating money to Joe Biden and all people? Then again, my mother doesn't know who Amy Klobuchar or Tulsi Gabbard is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to tell you something.
Yeah.
Again, she asked me who Amy Klobuchar was. I tried to explain it to her. Next day, she goes, "Who's Klobuchar again?" I'm like, that's how forgettable she is. Not even a white woman can remember who Klobuchar is, even being explained and shown a picture of her. But I'm telling you, the thing with Warren, man, Warren last week had gotten to me so badly because you went over the story of Michael Moore, and it just felt so bad. But the Native American thing really stings for a guy from Massachusetts.
Wow.
Because the state's name, because it's not really well known, but the state name actually is based on a Native American word for anyone who's curious. Wow. It is. Let me actually read the definition, because it actually means by the range of the hills in Wampanoag, which is the very east coast of Massachusetts. It was originally just called Massachusetts, that's the word. And there's one reservation that belongs to this Native Americans on Martha's Vineyard. So this Native American clan, their tribe still exists to this day, and are on Martha's Vineyard. I've been to the reservation. I can tell you, this reservation's been there for a long time because its name is Gay Head Hills.
Wow.
I'm not joking. Yeah, no, it's that old.
Yeah.
I think the road is on. It's called Gay Head Road. I had to look this up because the actual reservation name is something else, but that's the site. Went there for a wedding. I was surprised with the name. You learn something new every day.
There it is.
And I also got one friend asking me why Ayanna Presley from the Squad backed Warren over Bernie.
Yeah.
For anyone who's not aware, her district is 7. In Massachusetts, that's the Boston district. So quite literally, that is Warren Territory 101. So if you've ever been curious, you never know, District 7 is Boston and surrounding area. That's where all of your elite is in. So, which, I don't know what the going rate, that might change soon. Because Warren, 2 weeks ago, lost a backer in New Hampshire. I actually have it. Michael Henderson jumped ship to Amy Klobuchar, which tells you that dude didn't jump because she's more electable. He jumped to avoid that ship because she came to answer the question, are you friends with Bernie? And we were seeing that clip.
Wow.
And then you have Joe Biden loses one in South Carolina. He loses a guy to Bernie, which tells you that these people are more than aware of what's going on. They're jumping ship.
Wow, brother.
And I'm not too surprised about Warren. Yeah, Warren is, and again, I don't know why she's doing this. She's not even a little, senator. In the same one where Bernie came out as the top popular senator, Warren is number 9 as the least liked senator in the country.
Wow.
There's only one other Democrat in that list. She's number 9. I think Rand Paul is number 10, which tells you that Rand Paul is more neutral to people.
Wow.
I guess you can make a claim on that, yeah. And I'm not kidding you. There's a guy by the name, where is it? Just so people can look this guy up because he wrote an article.
Real quick, brother.
On Free Beacon.
Okay.
I'm just going to tell you this because it's one last thing about Elizabeth Warren. The title of the article, Elizabeth Warren takes credit for bills she voted against. I'm not kidding you. You can find, and again, this is on her website, backselizabethwarren.com.
Wow.
This guy goes through and points out a couple bills because they're part of the NDAA passing of the fiscal year 2019, which was done in August 2018. It claims that she voted for the Gambling Addiction Prevention Act, the Sexual Trauma Response and Treatment Act, and the National Guard Promotion and Accountability Act. She voted against them, but she claims that she voted for them.
Wow. Wow, brother.
Yeah, that is an actual thing.
You said Free Beacon.
It's on Free Beacon.
Free Beacon.
It's by the author Andrew Stills. I wrote this down. He would publish it on the 17th of this month.
I'm going to check that out, man. Real talk. I'm going to check that out. 117 Free Beacon. I'll do that, man. Thank you for the phone call, my friend Ryan.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you. Interesting stuff, guys. That is something else. 423. 423, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey, Tim.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
I hear you, my brother.
Yeah, I've called. I think I called like 2 or 3 weeks ago, down from Tennessee. I have a few things to talk about. So, firstly, I watch a lot of other progressive news like Secular Talk, Rational National, etc. And a lot of the consensus has been with the Joe Biden thing and Bernie apologizing. I was wondering, do you know of a way to kind of talk to them? Because they're more on the opposite spectrum of your belief, which is they saw it as a weakness from them, whereas you say it was a better thing for them to do. And I'm more in agreement with you. Do you know of a way that could explain it to the others that could make them agree to your position on that?
No, sir, and have no desire to do so. No, man. Let them believe whatever they want to believe, man. Like, it's just an opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's fair. Also, another question I had: do you think Bloomberg is going to be a big threat near the end of the primary? Do you think he's going to fade out pretty soon?
Oh man, I think he's gonna be somebody we got to deal with. Yeah, we got to deal with him, and I think Bernie will be able to deal with him. Yeah, I've been saying that for a while that he's a threat. He's at 9 nationally. He's at 9 points nationally. I was the only one saying that he's a threat. People were talking about they don't like him. It's not about about you liking him. It's about the amount of money he's willing to dump, and about the amount of money he's willing to burn. He doesn't give a damn. So yeah, Bernie's gonna have to deal with Bloomberg at some point.
I think it is kind of funny. I've kind of entertained the thought of maybe Steyer dropping out and in supporting Bernie based on all the recent stuff. Steyer's been kind of cozying up to Bernie. Part of me wants to be optimistic and believe he's just a fan of Bernie, but another part of me is like, he's a billionaire. You know, he's a billionaire for a reason, so he can probably, like you pointed out on your show, he could probably just be using Bernie as an opportunity for something else.
It's possible. It's possible.
That'd be kind of funny if Steyer dropped out and endorsed Bernie, and then Bernie were running against Bloomberg, and so I don't know. I don't think Bernie would take that endorsement. But.
Yeah, brother. Well, look, man, I appreciate the phone call, man. Phone lines are going to be open in a couple more minutes, man. I appreciate you calling up. Thank you for your comments, my friend. 425, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey, what's happening, Papa Wolf? How you doing?
What's happening, man?
It's Chad from Seattle.
My friend.
Yeah, dude, I got a prediction. I think you're going to blow up. I'm talking like say goodbye to Jimmy Dore status kind of level of viewership or any of that stuff. I mean, I think you're going to be like kind of sky high here pretty soon. Because you know what I think you should be doing?
What's that?
Just, a little bit of some friendly advice between you and I, just taking up a little bit of a minute here. But you should do a little bit more of that Ashcraft kind of one-on-one with the lower level here with our up-and-coming folks that are coming up from the grassroots. Because you're right, Bernie, you can't do it alone. It's also these people like Ashcraft, you did some good work there, so I got to high-five you for it all the same. And I think that if you were to maybe, spend some dials there to maybe get a little bit more of these folks on there, because Donna from Texas, Sema, she's running as well in Texas. There's like a lot of good folks out there that there's some distribution lists on Twitter and what have you that are worth looking into. But I think maybe more of these people on your show for one-on-one interviews would go a long, long way for everybody involved. But, that aside, I think, there's like a black and white kind of Politico mind frame that a lot of folks get stuck in. It's really not black and white. Because if you, follow me here and just for a moment think about it, if you take a moment to watch some National Geographic, I mean, the common truth is that we're all animals on Earth. I mean, we're kind of simple in a way. We're all going to do the thing that's going to happen when we get somebody anointed for our president in this primary. And it's all going to happen that way. I mean, you look at apes, for instance, and when there's turmoil in the tribe, what do? They take their hand and they show an open palm when the ruckus and the tree flinging and the branches and the rustling and all the crazy shit's done. They will do that. They will offer fealty. And that will happen. But we got to give them room to do it. We can't go in there with the club and say, "You corrupt motherfuckers, we're going to fucking beat you dead. We're going to take out the guillotines." I mean, it's not going to be that crazy for us to, kind of take a breath, step back, let these people kind of figure it out, as nasty and vindictive and whatever they choose to do with their common intelligence. I mean, they're going to come around. So we can give them some room, we can give them a breath, and we can give these people a chance to offer some fealty, because we've got a progressive dawn. All we got to do is show up in mass. And when we do that percentile that they're trying to play in the game, that's nothing. They won't even get that 15% bracket. So get out there, get your family on, get your friends on, and go in a parade all the way down to your local caucus and make it real. Because we got an entire planet to save. So I love your show, man. I'm not going to take up all your time, but I just wanted to, get high for a minute and call up your show and tell you all about it. So you guys have a great rest of your night, okay?
All right, Chad. Thank you for the phone call, man. Hey, guys, we're running out. We're running really short on time. Chad, I appreciate your comment. Guys, keep the comments short, tight. Say exactly what you need to say, because the phone lines are going to go out. 213, you're live, 213. What is your comment?
Hey, can you hear me, Tim?
We hear you, brother. Go right ahead.
Hey, it's David from California, brother Tim.
What's up, man? Talk to me.
Hey, I just want to tell you I appreciate everything that you do, speaking truth to power, having good guests on the show.
Thanks, brother.
And, I'll make this real quick. I tried to call earlier on T-Mobile. Trump owns them, so it was a minute. It's like they charge per minute. Then I called on the internet phone, and I waited, but that's what it's all about. I wanted to talk to her. This is a first-time caller.
Thank you, brother.
And you know what? I watch your show more than all the others. I mean, I accidentally run into Sam Cedar's show, and he always finds the worst things to say about Bernie. Talking about these, these weird volunteers from Iowa. He talks about, some things that it's so negative that I stop. You got to keep it positive. You got to keep fighting. And that's what it's all about. It's just fighting. I mean, I'm volunteering, canvassing, calling, doing everything I can. And, that's what it's all about. It's just keeping positive. I do want to say one thing about being a Democrat for the first time in, 10 years. I was a Republican, and I would always vote Democrat. And I didn't realize when you want to vote, you have to switch. You can't be independent. You can't be anything else. You got to go Democrat. And it took me like 4 times with the Secretary of State in California to switch. And you got to keep trying until you're officially a Democrat. Do it online. And I'm happy that I'm going to be able to vote in this primary for California, and stop listening to the corporate media and independent only, Johnson. Thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you, David. I appreciate you, man, for the phone call, man.
And thank you for the gift. I didn't know I would win anything.
Oh, is this that David?
Yeah.
David, okay, man. Okay, yeah. Thank you, David, for calling, man. Yeah, man, absolutely, man. We thank you for responding to the poll. I didn't know you were that David. Thank you, David, man. Yeah, I'm gonna send it out to you, brother.
Sure.
I'm gonna send it out to you, man. Fantastic.
Thank you. And I always pay in the chats. I should do it through the website and Patreon, but I'm more than happy to donate to everything that you do. You deserve every penny.
Man, you the man, David.
Donate more if I could. Yeah.
I know it, David, man. We love you, man. We appreciate you. Thank you for the phone call, David. David's one of our winners, man. So we're going to get that Tim Black swag bag out to you, David. Thank you so much for calling up. 808, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey, aloha. It's Pomai from Hawaii.
What's up, man? What's on your mind tonight?
Jess, I got a mailer in from my local Democratic Party here in Hawaii, and just realized that we had switched from caucus, which we've always done every single year, to a closed ballot primary. and they pretty much just did this kind of on the sly. And, you know, I'm a political junkie, and even I was completely sideswiped by this decision here. You know, I've been so focused on the national news about the presidential race, I didn't even pay attention to what my state legislature or what my local Democratic Party was doing. So I just want to get it out there. Everybody, be cautious. Just because you think that you might be going to a caucus, you might not be going to a caucus this time. Check your local Democratic Party, because apparently this came down from the DNC. They're telling all the local state parties, get rid of those caucuses. We're going to switch to ballots, because they know that when you go to a caucus,
grassroots,
that's where Bernie's going to win. All right,
my brother.
And as far as all the other people, you know, don't want to be like your other callers who are going to get down about them cheating us out, because I got a plan, Johnson. It's called Bust Ass for Bernie. All right, you want to bust ass for Bernie? So if you got a bus, if you got a passenger van, if you got a car, hell, if you've got a moped, and you're off on election day, you go to your local college campus and you ask anybody needs to go to the polls. All right, you say, hey, jump on in, Johnson. We're gonna head on to the polls. All right, and this is called Bus Ass for Bernie. You don't need permission for anybody. You don't need to join a volunteer organization. All you need is your own damn car and your own will. So can we get this going? Can we bus ass for Bernie?
I love it. I love it, man. This is my brother right here. Thank you so much, man. I got to keep it moving to get other callers in, but I love you. I love your spirit. 786, you're live. What's your comment, my friend? 786. Okay, 786. I got to keep it moving. Phone lines are going to cut off. 727. You're live with Freedom Friday. What is your comment, my friend?
Hey, Tim Black.
Hey.
It's Daphne. Loving that bust ass for Bernie. Oh my gosh. I'm writing it down and I'm gonna do it. I just wanted to say a quick thing, and I'm gonna set my timer right here. I just wanted to say I loved your thing with Philip Agnew, and I would love to see more of you doing that, and I'd love for you to also put back up on your show, like how we can contact you so we can like suggest things, because you're just fantastic as an interviewer, and your interviewees are also really, really great. I want to also say prior to tuning into you, I watched AOC and Michael Moore on the rally that they had in Iowa City. And AOC said, look at your neighbor, don't just look at yourself, what your situation is. Look at your neighbor, see what their situation is. And I know from hearing you earlier, like, you're going through some stuff. We have to look at our people. We have to see what we can do to, help them. Michael Moore also talked a lot about folks that, you didn't quit your job because you didn't want to like lose the golden handcuffs, your health insurance and stuff like that.
Yep.
And then finally, with Hillary, with the people don't like you, blah, blah, blah. A guy told me a long time ago at one of my first jobs, people don't like you when you have their number. And, that's the truth. So if you are doing something right, you're pissing people off.
That's
all
it.
right? All right. Have a good night. Love your show. Okay. Bye.
Thank you, Daphne. I appreciate it. 248.
Bye.
You got it, Daphne. 248, you're live. What's your comment, 248?
Hey, good evening, Tim. I'm a first-time caller. You are really an awesome guy. I enjoy listening to you. You're a straight shooter, and you speak so clearly that a lot of people can understand where you're coming from. That's a super good quality for a person to have, especially a speaker. So I'm digging on that.
Thank you.
The show is awesome tonight because there's so many positive people calling in. That's the thing that got me really going on the Bernie Sanders campaign this time around. He's a pretty cool guy too, But the fact that a lot of people can get involved and we can all put our hearts into it is very inspirational for me. And that's what keeps me going, because I've been through some rough stuff like a lot of people have recently. And it's just good to know that there are other people out there that are, have your back. And I want people to know that as much as I can do it, I'm going to have their backs too.
Well, we appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for the phone call.
Thank you, Johnson. And thank you, Tim.
Thank you, Johnson. I love it. I love it. Perfect, man. Perfect. 786, you didn't answer earlier. I can come back now. We only got a few seconds. What's on your mind, 786?
Hello, Tim. It's Gabriel from Miami.
What's on your mind, brother?
I was just trying to say that, a comment that people are saying that Bernie might be a cheated. Well, I might take it a little bit step forward and saying he will, of course, get cheated, but that's not the problem. The problem is he's going to win. But people might not like what I'm going to say, but, man, I really do think that they'll do something to Bernie. Like, they would assassinate Bernie. That's how much of a big threat he is. People don't discuss about this, I don't like saying this, but, man, look at what they did with JFK when he was about to expose the CIA about some documents. Look at what they did with MLK when he was about to do something in Tennessee, as I remember. Because I honestly do think he's gonna get the nomination. But the thing I'm very scared of, that something very, very bad is gonna happen, and I don't feel for the word Johnson, but
Understood.
I hope that's not the case. I hope, because they're gonna cheat him. We all know that, but he's gonna win. I know he's gonna win. He's gonna win because he has a grass movement. But something the DNC is doing something very malo.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
That was the last call in the queue. We got your point. You got cut off, but we got your point, my friend. All right. I got through every call in the queue, and that was pretty amazing. And you know what, brother? Like the same thing I said to my friend Sean, who says, about the election integrity and them cheating Bernie. And I understand where he's coming from, and I understand where you're coming from. And you have every right to feel that way based on the history of the United States, based on what America has done to people who have led movements. From Fred Hampton to Medgar Evers to Martin Luther King Jr. to JFK. Who can disagree? Who can say that you don't have a valid reason for feeling the way you feel? We got to do it anyway, Johnson. We got to do it anyway, because what good are we if we're not fighting for something? We can't just all watch Netflix, man, and binge watch damn Game of Thrones. To die for a good cause is a good cause, is a good thing. That's what I believe. Now, of course, that's easy for me to say when I'm not the one that's going to do the dying, potentially, but we all got to go some way, sometime. Can't be afraid of death, can't be afraid of jail, can't be afraid of anything. Not if you're truly a revolutionary. And that's what we need to be, because people are dying every day. This is slower. People got chemicals in their food, chemicals in their water, chemicals in their air. People are stressed the hell out. They're dying on the inside from the stress level. Living in the world's richest country. But stressed the hell out because you can't afford a $400 emergency. That's not life. So we got to fight. We have to. We don't have a choice. So anyway, thank you for the phone call, man. I appreciate all of you guys. You guys are amazing. This is a great show. You killed it. Even when we disagree, we get something out of it. And that's what's amazing about the Tim Black Wolf Pack. We built something here, man. There was nothing, right? It was just people. And we built it. It ain't just me. It's all of us, Johnson. We built a community of people with great callers and great ideas, and we speak truth to power. And let's just keep it going. Let's keep going. Let's get something out of it. Let's build something. Let's contribute. All right, so I love you guys. I appreciate you. Remember, don't let nobody take your cornbread and sprinkle some facts on them. Let's go see if we got any chat, any people in their super chats who may have left something that I didn't get a chance to comment on yet. The last person I remember reading is Maker of Things. You can't arrest the movement. Antonio Chi says Dr. Jason and Zerlina Maxwell were calling Bernie a bigot and saying Joe has more diverse support. Not surprising. They don't count. They don't count people of color. They just count black folks who for some reason believe Zerlina Maxwell and Dr. Jason. It's crazy. These people just have jobs. Dr. Jason's a hacker. He's just a guy with a job. That's all. He just want to keep his job. He has no integrity, no soul. He's a loser, and I've muted him because he's so annoying. I can't get tied down. You know what? Dr. Jason thought he was big shit until he ran into Tim Black, and then he got ratioed on his own timeline messing with me. And he found out, no, people really do like me. I have supporters, not because I get propped up by some company, some corporate entity, but because people respect me. People looked at, I met Dr. Jason Johnson. There were people enamored by him because of his position of being a contributor on MSNBC, not because they like him particularly. They don't like anybody they put in that spot. You don't really have a following. You have people who are star screwers. You know, it's different. It's different. You don't own anything. So shut up. And Zerlina's a hack too. They're both hacks. Liquid's back. Joe Biden, a senator, worked with segregation. Neoliberals, doesn't matter. Joe Rogan, comedian, with disagreeable views. Neoliberals attack. They sure did attack him, and it's ridiculous. He's a comedian who's entitled to his opinion and whatever, but he gave a platform to a number of candidates, and they were able to talk at length. No sound bites, no cutting them off, no false narratives, something that you can't get in corporate media. So there you go. Gaff said, hey, Tim, David Dole was giving you some love today. You deserve it. Well, that's dope, man. I appreciate David for doing that. And like I told one of the callers, like, I don't think I need to try to convince David or Kyle of anything. You know what I'm saying? I disagree with them on certain things, but everybody's entitled to their opinion, and maybe I need to let people have their own opinion. Like, I need to not keep tangling with people because we have different opinions. So, love the show. Thank you, Turbo G. Turbo GG 100. Julie Foster said, thank you. No, thank you, Julie. New Dope Boy says, my God, Tim, you are going. I love it. Keep it going. I'm trying, man. Sean Grant says, one thing we can do is support independent media. Thank you, my friend. Sean says, thanks for what you said, Tim. Challenge accepted. You got it, brother. Thank you for what you did. All right? But neither one of us is a cop-out or lame or... So even though, you know, I love the hell out of you for helping me, if I disagree with you, I disagree with you. That's who I am, man. I got integrity. So, but no cancel culture, none of that shit. And I understand, and I'm not saying your concerns aren't valid. Feel me, bro? Because they are valid. Amen. Viva Gecko Bowl. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to go with it. Long live Gecko Bowl. Ben Tahoe in the house. Thank you, Ben Tahoe, OG. Janie B., thanks for being an awesome listener, Tim. I try, man. I really do. Lifting the voices of others is transformative for us all. And I think I'm becoming a better interviewer because I'm even getting better at listening. And that's really working for me. Wendy, love you, Tim. What you do is important, and I appreciate you. Well, I appreciate you, Wendy. Thank you, Wendy. NK, hey, Tim. Thanks for everything you do. Hope your healthcare, wife, job situation sorted out. Sending you guys good wishes. Thank you, my brother. Fred Smith says, people are paid very well to trash Bernie, but there's bad news for them. Bernie and his policies is an idea whose time has come and nothing can stop it. Yeah, there's something that people say, you know, there's something to that, I believe. I believe when it's time, it's time. When it's time, it's time. And I agree with you. I believe this is the time. Matter Ray Ray. Great show, Johnson. Well, thank you, Johnson. Princess Queen, every little bit helps. Thanks for all you do, Johnson. Well, thank you, Johnson. And Shinigami Ryan. Shinigami Ryan. There you go. Welcome to the Tim Black Wolf Pack. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. All right, guys. This weekend, we're going to make clips out of these videos. We're going to put more content out up on the YouTube channel. If you can't get to the show, watch a bunch of videos. That helps. I love you. Share it with a friend. Let them know there's a show that's no holds barred. We try our best to keep it 100% real. We're authentic. And even if you disagree with us, you know I'm not getting paid to lie to you. And a disagreement can be a disagreement, but a bad actor, unacceptable. I got love for you. Have a great weekend. Be safe. I want to see everybody back here next week. I don't want any sad stories. I don't want anybody having any bad weekends and nothing bad to happen. Everybody be safe. It's going to be slick out there. It's going to get cold as hell. So be careful. I love you. Stay in one piece until we talk again. What can I say? Not me, yes. Revolution. That's where it's at. And keep your head up, Johnson. We're going to get there together. Peace. Oh, there you go. My name is Tim Black. You're now tuned into the most watched Black independent media news network in the country. We cover politics. We cover pop culture. We cover whatever matters in your world. If it goes down, I'm covering it. We do a show, live show, Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. Friday nights, we got what? A call-in show. Anybody can call in. Throughout the week, we put out little clips, short clips of important news. You don't want to miss it. Stay on top of your news. Go with a reliable source. I'm there for you. TBTV. This is where it's at. Subscribe today and remember, don't you let nobody take your cornbread. Johnson. Popular demand, Johnson is here. I have new Johnson designs in my shop. If you want to pick them up, check them out. They are hilarious, they are revolutionary, and they're all Johnson. You're going to love them, man. Check them out. Both parties suck, Johnson. It's one of my favorites. Independent media only, Johnson. Keep it real. We are all Johnson. We are. We're one big community, guys. Go check it out. Independent media only. Johnson's in the house. Both parties suck, Johnson. We are here. They got a special going on right now. Free shipping. Get it today. Wolfpack.